This episode of Totes Recall is brought to you by Terrible Origami, which you can find on Etsy. It's a real thing, and there really is a special discount running right now that our listeners can take advantage of. You get $1 off any merchandise if you add the $1 million frog to your cart and then abandon your session. The discount code is CHEAPFROG.
Wow.
And yeah, this is being exclusively announced via Totes Recall.
Wow.
Wait, I am a little confused, Holly. The coupon code, you get the coupon if you add frog to your cart and then do nothing.
Abandon your cart, yes.
Okay. Abandon the cart means empty your cart or just
leave it in
close
there.
that tab, run away.
A little peek behind the curtain.
Okay.
If you are a person who has an Etsy store and somebody puts something in the cart and then abandons that cart, you will get an email from Etsy saying, hey, would you like to apply a discount? It might entice the person to purchase the product.
Okay.
But in this case, the product was a frog that cost $1 million.
Worth every penny.
And so it seemed maybe unlikely that person was going to come back to the cart. However...
So you could you do a little switcheroo? Once you get that discount, then put a shirt in there?
I mean, to be real, I'm pretty sure you can just use Cheap Frog as the discount.
No.
And to be clear,
that is not the copy.
In addition to the $1 million frog, which would be delivered to you via horseback, just to be clear, there are other actual products that you can purchase. There is original artwork that's a steal at $80 to $120. And there are T-shirts still available that I would encourage everyone to buy for yourself or for a loved one.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, Terrible Origami,
for crawling back to us.
Yeah, after abandoning us for so long.
Yeah, abandoned cart.
Yeah.
And you can find Terrible Origami at terribleorigami.something, or just put it in your search. Put it in a search for Etsy. Terrible Origami. It lives up to its name. Home with $1 million frog.
Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we can't remember very well because we've had too much eggnog, jingle, jingle, jingle. Then we eat 2 pizzas and 2 salads while wearing our red noses, jingle, jingle, jingle.
Thank you, patrons.
And then, thank you, patrons. Then we come back down a chimney now that we've seen the movie and talk about it again. Christmas tree. My name is Dan.
This is Molly.
Clip, clop, reindeer hoof. I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And this is our very special holiday episode in which we are watching A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Oh.
The movie.
The movie.
Not just some Christmas story.
Right.
I'm not telling you the title.
Not generically.
You probably saw it on TV once or twice.
Yes. Yep. I have seen it on TV, and I think I was too young to watch it.
Ooh.
I remember being very scared by it.
Oh.
Interesting.
Are you sure you weren't watching Gremlins?
Or The Wizard of Oz?
I feel...
Or the suicidal half of It's a Wonderful Life?
Oh, no. I feel very confident I was watching A Christmas Story. Here are the scenes I remember. My name is Dan. Someone gets shoved down a slide by a mean Santa.
Yeah.
Someone gets their tongue stuck to a pole.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Great.
Okay, great.
I've only seen this movie once. I did not see it on TV. I saw it on purpose because it's one of those movies that everyone talks about, but I never saw as a child. My name is also Dan. I remember the tongue thing. I feel like his dad gets mad at their furnace or something.
Oh.
He wants a gun because it's 19 whatever, and that's what boys do. There's a lamp that's a leg, and
Oh, wow.
there are some other things that probably people feel more strongly about than I do because they have the nostalgia of seeing it as children.
I am a person who has the nostalgia of seeing this movie as a youngster.
I don't even know when this came out originally.
I don't remember. I know it takes place in the 50s. Didn't it come out in the 90s?
That late?
Early 2000s?
Ooh, no.
No way
no,
early
no.
2000s.
I was going to say like 70s.
No.
Or maybe early 80s.
No. I would say 90s, the oldest.
87. Coming in
Oh,
hot.
I thought this movie's much older than that.
I'm saying 79.
Yeah, even hotter.
Whoa.
I'm not going to be anchored by Dan.
I'm going to say 80.
Love it.
And I'll say 90.
This is a huge spread.
This is a huge spread.
But
I love
yeah,
it.
I did see it as a kid, and 90 wouldn't really work for that. But I already said it out loud, so I'm going to stick with it.
Thank you.
Uncharacteristically.
Yeah, that is uncharacteristic.
What a Christmas gift for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I do remember. Yeah. No, I definitely it came out before then because I was a kid watching it, and I loved this movie. It was so fun and so funny. I didn't really enjoy the gun parts, and I couldn't really relate to that.
Oh, is that like a BB gun you're going to shoot your eye out?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Red Rider.
Yeah.
Rider.
Oh, it goes on for
I don't know.
days. The full name of the gun, and some people who really love this movie have the whole thing memorized, and I do not.
The whole movie?
They have, yes, there are people who have
Probably.
the entire movie memorized, but also the description of that gun goes on for 3 or 4 lines. Like
Okay.
it's not just a quick name of a thing. Anyway, loved this movie, and I remember watching it with my sister and my dad, and just my dad cracking up at all of it. And
Wow.
I don't know, when you're a kid, like when your parents really laugh really hard,
Yep.
gets your attention. You're like, oh, this must be super fun. So I have really warm feelings about it, and I always loved that TBS would do the 24-hour marathon because I love like picking up pieces here and there. I don't know if they still do it. For many years, they would do 24 hours of A Christmas Story. So a lot of people have seen it and love it very much. My husband has never seen it or had never seen it. And so last year I was like, hey, let's watch A Christmas Story. And we started to turn it on. And before even the first sound came out of the movie, he said, now this isn't one of those with a lot of narration, is it? And I was like, oh no, yeah, no,
Is it?
it's pretty heavily narrated. It's like Princess Bride or something.
Oh, okay.
It's
Wonder
got some.
Years.
Is this like a kid, the main kid who, the tongue pole kid,
Yeah.
No, it's not the tongue pole kid.
Oh, no, sorry.
different kid, is
Yeah.
like, here's my youth. He's like
Yeah,
an adult in the year the movie was made, talking about the 50s.
Right.
yeah.
Is
I-
it, or is it more like a Look Who's Talking Christmas, where it's like it's just an adult
baby?
voice talking about his thoughts?
No,
It's
no.
somebody
Okay.
looking back on their.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever seen this movie all the way through. I've only seen bits and pieces on the TV.
Yeah.
And so I don't actually know what the setup is other than he's talking about like, this is what happened to me when I was a kid.
Mm.
Yeah, it takes place. It's one Christmas through the eyes of this one kid, and the voiceover, is retrospective. Yeah, so it's the person, but it's not so much. But when you have somebody you're watching it with who has no nostalgia whatsoever, and you've already hit the first strike of like what they don't like, we watched for maybe 15 minutes. And he didn't laugh at anything or enjoy any of it. And I was like, I just can't watch this with you. I don't, like, you're actually ruining it for
Oh,
me.
no.
And he was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. So we told each other we were very sorry. And we picked something else to watch. It was probably Gravity. I don't remember now.
Wow.
Genuinely concerned
Wow.
of being that person for this episode.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. Like, I think it's one of those movies that if you don't have any connection to, I don't know how much fun it'll be. But I think there's some really solid jokes in it.
I wonder, okay, because you were talking about how your dad was laughing a lot at it. And I also know that my parents enjoyed it or enjoy it currently. I know for sure that my mom has a leg lamp ornament.
Wow.
And I think their family friends actually have a leg lamp that they put out at Christmas time.
Sure.
Is this a
I might be making this up.
sexy leg lamp?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it is like a fishnet leg lamp that he wins or something like.
It's
the dad
a major
wins,
award.
and the
Yep.
mom is very upset that he like
Okay.
puts it out or
Yeah.
something.
Does the kid get like horny for it?
No.
I think he's more perplexed by it.
I mean, a little bit, but that's not the point.
It's also just like very ugly.
It is super ugly, but he won it, and he's so proud that he wants the whole neighborhood to see it, and the mom feels embarrassed.
And one of the reasons that I think that my parents enjoy it is because it does take place in the 50s, and that they grew up in the 50s.
Oh.
So, I mean, they were younger at that time. They probably weren't that age yet, you know, because this kid is probably like 8 or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Anyway,
9 maybe.
I bet there's some nostalgia there. Isn't there? Is this the one where they spray down the sled, or is that Christmas Vacation?
I think that might be Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
That's where it goes real fast.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Christmas Vacation.
All right.
That's a childhood nostalgia movie for me.
Oh, fun.
Not this episode.
Yeah.
No.
Leave this in.
Kid has glasses.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of a Culkin type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and say I'm pretty nervous about there's some final scenes that I think are going to be pretty uncomfortable. Like I'll say, not all of this is like, it's not all perfect for sure. But I don't know. I actually don't know what this experience of watching it with you will be like. I really hope you like it because it'll make it more fun for me to watch, but you might not. Like, I really don't know.
Here's a side conversation to have that I've been thinking about.
On pod?
Yeah.
An on pod side conversation?
On pod side convo.
Okay.
A lot of people, I think Beth included, watched this movie as it stumbled upon it on TV, watched a little bit, stopped, right? I wonder how much that experience exists now. I know I'm in danger of sounding like the podcast grandpa that I probably am at this point. But like, do people watch TV that is just happening as opposed to on demand, like at all? I certainly don't.
I recently have heard of people who have live TV to watch the news.
Yeah.
And that surprised me because I don't do that. No.
Yeah. Because so much of my viewing as a kid was like, I want to watch TV. I'll turn it on. I'll flip until I see something, and I may or may not be in them at the beginning, and then I'll stop when I'm bored.
Yeah.
And would you do the thing where you would, because this is something that I would do, I would like watch, let's say, a portion of A Christmas Story and then flip to another channel during commercials to watch something else. And so you kind of are watching two different movies at the same time.
And you go back and forth, and you get like 80%
I was
both
probably
things.
flipping between A Christmas Story and Christmas Vacation, and so that's why I thought that scene was in that movie.
And like, there's something satisfying about that experience for me, even though it's like I'm watching things
the
I
worst way to consume
don't want to watch.
anything.
Like,
I don't know, but there's a reason people still listen to radio, right? There is something nice about someone else picking a playlist for you, and to feel like it's a little bit more lively than something you picked out or something that someone else picked out like forever ago.
Yeah.
I'll confess, I have the kind of Hulu that allows you to watch live TV because I enjoy watching sporting events and like award shows and things that are happening live.
Yeah.
And sometimes the news.
But you like go, you're like, I know what time it's on.
Yeah.
And you get there and sit down about that time.
I mean, kind of, but I will find that sometimes I find myself surfing channels for the joy of surfing channels, just a little bit.
One of the things that Hulu has, brought to you by Hulu, is like they have like channels that are their own channels. So they have like an SNL channel where it just plays like random SNL sketch, or maybe it's Peacock that has this. Anyway, a streaming service has this thing, and it just occurred to me that's just live TV.
Yeah.
They're like, look at this special feature we have. It's live TV, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of those like free ad-driven streaming services that just have channels. But do people, I feel like I have those and I like, it seems cool, and then I'm like, why am I doing this? I'll just go watch a show I know I want to watch.
Or like Netflix now has a thing where you can just like, pending. Has a thing where it'll just be like, there's literally a button that's just like, just stream something.
Yeah, play something.
It's
Yeah.
like,
That's
Really?
close. Yeah, you can, it's just random.
like, it's just like, I don't know, just
Well,
play
it's not
something
that
for me.
random.
Sure.
It's like, here's what we're pushing.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you can like click past it and stuff. But
And that's close, but that's still like, here's the beginning, right?
Right.
I'm not dropping in. Like when we first When we first got our first flat screen, big screen TV as an adult, plugged it in, turned it on, found that I got TV somehow. I didn't understand. And Point Break was playing.
Yeah.
Great day for me.
Absolutely.
I watched the last 2/3 of Point Break.
Great day.
Had a great time. And I just that was 2010 or something. Even then I was kind of doing it, but I just feel like it's gone from my life for sure. And I wonder if it's gone from kids' lives or they just have so much time to watch TV.
Well,
who gives a shit?
Do you sort of have that? I mean, I guess I kind of have that experience now with Netflix where they just jam previews of things down your throat.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's instead of clicking through channels, you browse previews of shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's sort of the same.
But I do feel
not.
like every now and then I'm shopping for a new show. And I don't know how in the world I stumbled across. Oh, I stumbled across Chicago Med on live TV.
Pendant.
Whoa.
Because I was watching something else and a commercial came on. It was like some live show and a commercial came on. So I switched over and I was like, ooh, medical drama.
Who are these hot doctors with interesting accents?
Oh, they have.
I assume.
Oh, wow. That patient looks like they're fine, but they're about to pass out. Yeah. And I loved it. And so that's what got me on the Chicago Med thing, which is how I ended up with Chicago Fire. And I still have 7 seasons of Chicago Fire. But when I run out, I will be looking for another show.
Wow. Chicago PD?
No.
Okay.
I appreciate your confidence in that.
Already seen a couple of crossover eps, and I find the vibe is just not for me.
They don't have the
Not
sauce.
Right. No.
Yeah.
ACAB.
My memory as a child.
I was going to put out a call to the teens.
Okay. That's fine.
That's fine? Okay. I was going to say teens, let us know if you're browsing, finding the serendipity of TV out there. And if you are, how are you doing it? Are you at TikTok?
Do we mean literal teens, or do we mean our listeners?
Wow.
Well, I am specific. I mean,
first of all.
Wow. First of all.
We are a part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah. I think we all know that we are a movie, comedy, pizza podcast first. But close second is an educational teen podcast.
Yes.
Absolutely.
This is where the teens come to learn about what it's like to be 35 years old.
So I know we have them. I am curious what the youth does, if the youth has a way to lock into a similar experience to I stumbled upon this.
Mm-hmm.
Stumble upon. That's another.
It's definitely TikTok, right? TikTok just goes.
Guess,
it's that's what it is. It's just flipping
algorithm
through channels.
Too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. Oh yeah, the TV is not an algorithm.
I suppose channel lineup had a basic algorithm. We need to put friggin' Law and Order,
the big networks
all the time.
On the top. Yeah.
Anyway, I just want the teens to tweet at us.
Tweet as teens. Hashtag
TikTok at us.
Do we have a TikTok?
No.
Well, they're not going to tweet at us.
Are teens on Twitter?
No.
They're on TikTok.
They're on TikTok.
Snap.
And YouTube.
Snapchat.
Maybe.
Snapchat one of my teenage cousins, and then they'll tell me about it.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, post it on TikTok, and then somebody who finds it on TikTok, repost it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or Instagram.
I'll
see it if you post
and
it on
then we'll
Instagram.
see it.
I'll see it on Twitter if you tag us.
Wow.
Okay, that's my request for the teens.
A Christmas Story. I think it does pass the Bechdel Wallace.
Great.
Oh.
Is there a sister?
Nope.
Is there an aunt?
But brother, little brother, big brother.
There's a little
mom.
brother. There's mom, dad, 2 boys.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure she talks to a teacher or something. There's a teacher in it.
Okay.
Some other people. I'm just being optimistic.
There's a part where he walks out and he's overly dressed in a snowsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fun.
That is fun.
There's some good physical humor.
How much do you think this will be a movie that I will not enjoy and I'll just say, oh, that's pretty good?
I don't know. My hope, honestly, is that you don't just sit in a black hole of stony silence.
Yeah. This feels like a movie I'll enjoy. It feels like it has sort of a subversive quality to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Hocus Pocus, Hocus Pocus head. Or whatever that other movie we just watched that I didn't like very much was.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie and the Pussycats. Sorry, fans of those, but also I'm going to live my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, live your life.
Yeah.
Teens, live your life.
Don't let Dan make you feel bad about whether he liked a movie you like or not.
Don't let the granddad, granddad.
Workshop that.
Yeah, work on that.
I have a hot bet for you.
Okay, I want to hear it.
I bet, and I've only seen this movie once, but I feel like this was my experience. So I feel like and because of what I'm about to say, I think this may be an experience that you will share with me. I think you will enjoy the dad energy of the dad.
Ooh,
Yes.
50s
Because I
movie
feel like
dad.
he has
Yeah.
got some just exquisite dad energy
Mustache?
throughout. I don't know if he's got a mustache, but he definitely has the feel of like, I'm going to,
Loose.
don't correct me on this.
I won't.
Hot bet, he's definitely wearing what looks like a uncomfortable sweater of some kind
Okay.
in the house. Like his house sweater, and it's like
Like-
cheap.
Uncomfortable physically for him.
Like the material, it looks like it's not that comfortable to wear.
Okay. I got to do a real dust up with my mom over a sweater once when I was like 8. I say dust up like we fought each other physically. That's not true.
You
I just-
dueled at dawn.
I just like screamed about it and said it was too itchy.
Uh-huh.
It was a
Was it
black
wool?
sweater. Yeah, I think it was real wool. Black sweater with like dinosaurs on it.
That sounds cool.
Seems like it was a good bet.
Right.
Like props to finding a fun one, but I hated it.
One of my early memories is hiding a red shirt that had like a white collar built in, so it looked like 2 shirts, but it was 1 shirt. I
Hiding
remember
it?
getting it and hiding it all the way in the back of the drawer, and I'd been safe for, in my mind, weeks.
Yeah.
And then the day of school pictures came,
Oh no.
and my mother was like, "Where's that red shirt with the white collar?" And I was like, "I don't know." And she went into my room, and she just like went straight to the back of the drawer, found it, and just put it on me. And I just hated it so much. It was just unlike anything I would ever normally wear.
Right.
School picture's pretty cute. Gotta
Sure.
be honest.
All right.
I, for multiple years in a row, wore a button-up shirt. I was probably like 6, 7, 8 around there. Wore a button-up shirt, short-sleeve button-up shirt, California.
Oh my God.
That was just very loud road signs, just everywhere.
Wait, same
Like
shirt?
kind of like a Guy Fieri type
Like the
vibe.
inside of
Nice.
Applebee's?
Yeah, just like a collage
Oh,
of road
God.
signs.
Multiple years in a row.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it fit
yeah.
a couple years in a row. It's great.
That's amazing.
I'll try and find that picture.
Please.
do.
Yes, please do. I also have a hot 50s bet.
Great, hot 50s.
I bet there is a lot of cigarette smoking in this movie, and I bet because it was made in the 80s or 90s, there's like a joke about it, like like smoking too close to children or something like that.
Oh, like like LOL secondhand smoke.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
it's hilarious. We all know this.
yeah, I know that.
Will there be any non-white people in this movie?
Mm.
Almost none.
Okay.
Possibly none.
Great.
Great question.
50s.
50s, also 80s.
Also 80s.
Yeah.
Also today?
America, all
Yeah.
the time.
Also movies.
Also Hollywood.
Check out
Also-
that cowboy movie that just came out that, I don't know. I don't know
Oh,
what it's about
I saw
or
a
if it's
vague
any good.
tweet
but
about
it's a stacked cast.
Mm.
Harder They Fall on streamingservice.com.
Okay, I'm going to check that out.
All
I
right.
love a cowboy movie,
Right. Stacked cast.
but they also have problems.
Yes.
Why is he telling a story? Who is
Yeah.
he telling a story to?
yeah, Molly.
Molly,
Is this-
tell us who he's telling a story to.
Is this a How I Met Your Mother situation?
No,
Or
I mean, he's-
Where Bob Saget is telling a story to some actor kid?
Bob Saget's a How I
no,
Met Your Mother?
no, I don't know.
Yeah,
about Bob
I
Saget.
think
Is
so.
he really?
I think he's the voice of man.
Someday I'm going to look up the answer to that question. How did he meet his mother? I don't know. Don't tell me. Don't tweet at me. I'm going to look it up on Wikipedia at some
Okay.
point. Maybe during this movie. What was the question?
Who's he talking to? Why is this story?
Oh,
He's talking
he's
to his
just
kids?
providing. No.
To
No.
us?
To us, the listener.
Oh.
Us, the viewer.
Is he is old kid on screen ever?
Same question.
Or is
The
this
grown-up version
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
kid? No.
So it's not like it opens with him like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
No.
he's
Let
Oh, I
me
didn't
tell
see you there.
about my beautiful Christmas with my parents back in 19 blibbity blue
This-
in mid-Atlantic America.
I was going to say, where is this? There's snow, so
Cle-
not California.
The house is in Cleveland.
Oh.
So
okay.
I think
That'll be
maybe
fun.
Cleveland.
So it's
Fun
set.
for us all to bet.
Midwest.
Is it just vaguely like Midwest America, Middle America, or do
Oh,
they
the
actually say what town
actual
it
the
is?
filming locations.
I don't
That's what
remember.
you're saying.
I think it might be both. I'm not sure. And I wrote down Cleveland to look that up during the show. I don't know.
Okay, so we don't know if it explicitly states in the movie this is happening in Cleveland, but the house.
The
in
house,
Cleveland.
yeah.
Got
And
it.
for a while, I think I'll look all this up, but I'm pretty sure the house for a while was like just across the street from like a Quickie Mart or something.
Yeah.
Like not
People were throwing pizzas on top all the time.
no, and it got sold for a lot of money, and so people like collect the home where this took place.
They collect it?
Well, they like bought it as the ultimate collector's item from this movie. People really
Non-fungible
love
house.
this movie.
Yeah.
Or very fungible house. I don't know what fungible means.
Can't be changed, right?
Right. Well, maybe it is non-fungible then.
You could funge a house.
Yeah, but not this house if you want to keep it in mint condition.
Oh, sure.
Peppermint condition.
Hey, the holidays are
Jingle,
here.
jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
I would jiggle
Is
it.
his name Ralph?
Yep.
The kid?
Ralphie?
Ralph
Yep.
Mouth?
Ralphie.
Oh.
Ralph Mouth.
No, not Ralph Mouth.
This is my hot bet.
Okay.
I love it.
His name is Ralph.
Oh, that's it.
Yep.
Oh,
Good.
It's a good bet. I should make some hot bets. Sledding accident.
great.
Don't recall that specifically.
Maybe the tongue on the pole is the sledding accident of this movie.
Of the mouth.
Yes, of the mouth.
Accident of the
Are
mouth.
tongues the sleds of the mouth?
What? What? What?
Think about that.
This is a question
Let's
we're
think
all
about
asking ourselves.
Let's table that for the second half. Write that down.
We'll know by the second half.
Yeah.
Everyone think about
You
it.
will definitely understand your notes.
Trying to make this one extra clear.
Okay, yeah, I can read that. I know what that says.
Yeah, as long as you make it clear it's a question, I think we'll be intrigued enough to interpret your writing.
Wow.
Does the mom do anything in this movie besides like be a mom?
She got curlers? Hot bet. She's got curlers.
You go with that bet.
Because I feel like I've only seen this movie once, and I feel like my vague memory of this movie is kid goes outside, kid is in house. And I feel like mom is only in house. And usually that means mom is in kitchen or whatever, doting on child, right?
I would say that the mom and dad are sort of a set,
Okay.
like salt and pepper. And that, Ralph has a big life outside of home. He has to deal with bullies and friends and deal with a lot of stuff outside the home, and he has stuff to deal with inside the home. Summary being parents just don't understand.
Sure.
But mostly it's very 1950s in that the dad stuff that really vexes the mom, but the mom has a very Midwestern kind of approach to dealing with that.
Does he shoot his eye out?
Someone does.
Do you want me to give away?
Chekhov's
Yeah.
It's a major
BB gun?
plot point.
I mean, the whole time he wants this gun for Christmas, right?
Yep.
And then he finally gets it for Christmas. And then his little brother he shoots his little brother in the eye.
Someone gets injured. I know it.
I know it.
His glasses get broken.
Are
Yeah.
guns the sled of the hand?
I'll write that one down.
Oh,
Yep.
I got it.
She
Affirmative
Beth got
from
it.
Molly.
Well, I'll
Yep.
give you a quiet.
Breaks his glasses.
I just am trying to keep some intrigue up for people who haven't seen it and might be grumpy about it. So I don't want to give away the ending so that they have no reason to be invested.
I'm invested entirely because I think the dad's going to rule.
Yeah, I want to talk about dad more. Loose cup holding it all.
Excuse me?
Oh, he's definitely like holding a mug, you mean?
Yeah,
Like
I just remember
some coffee?
The Graduate gave us a new way that I love dads, which is a loose hold on a cup.
Yeah.
A casual loose hold.
I feel like this dude... Oh, I'm sorry, Beth.
I was just going to say I don't think he's wealthy,
Okay.
No.
but he might be kind of loose.
I feel like he's too high-strung to not grip a coffee mug like he desperately is so tense
all right.
because,
Okay.
ooh, his kids are driving him crazy. Ooh, the furnace is broken down, blah, 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 blah. I feel like
Insurance?
he's a tense coffee holder.
That seems like a job that he would have. I was just going to say, what job does he have?
Business.
He's a business guy.
A sales guy, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because he got an award,
Oh,
presumably
sure.
for sales, right?
The award was not for work-related
Oh,
things.
never mind.
This man has passions
Bowling?
and interests.
Ooh,
No?
maybe. Radio contest.
Possibly.
Fishing.
Why are we guessing? Is this a?
We're
if you're gonna
betting. That's
That's
Well,
the
then-
concept of the
you
show.
either make the bet or you don't make the bet. You don't say stuff until Molly's face reveals whether or not it's right.
I just ask questions and assume Dan writes them down.
Yeah,
He
I
does
don't know.
not. He does not. And
We're
if he
just
does, you
asking
can't read it.
questions here.
I bet that he wins the lamp because he ate something the best or the most.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I bet he wins it because of the lights he puts on his house.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. I'm going to go with fishing. That was my first
Ice fishing.
Of course.
ice fishing.
Make it Christmas.
Yeah, please. Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Tickle, tickle, tickle. They got lakes in Ohio.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Pretty sure.
Come at us. You're barely the Midwest. Especially
Whoa.
these days.
Wow.
Wow.
Upper Midwest or nothing. Fuck all the other states.
North.
What?
What's happening?
We're the kings in the north.
That's
I
right.
thought we were swinging big with Anne Hathaway, but now we're going after Ohio?
Where's Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway from?
Probably Ohio.
Probably Ohio.
Whoa. I
Boy.
have no idea.
Not the worst.
Genovia. What's that place?
What?
Isn't that the place from Princess Diaries?
I've never seen it.
Somebody's yelling at me
Should we
like,
watch that?
no,
We should
it's...
probably watch that.
Yeah, we'll
That'd be
watch
a-
that.
That'd be a great joke.
And I
if
will
we do the
yell-
Princess Diaries.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll love it so
That's her
much.
breakout role.
She's so good
Oh,
in it.
man.
Everybody loves Anne Hathaway and Princess Diaries.
I mean, listen, if you want more Anne Hathaway talk, become a patron.
Yes.
And you can executive produce whichever Anne Hathaway movie
Princess
you
Diaries
want.
1, Princess Diaries 2.
Sad Singers.
Yeah, Sad Singer one.
Le Sad Singers.
Oh.
Oh
we go.
my
The
god.
sad singer.
Gotcha. I got you there.
Oh.
The other movie she's in?
Yeah.
She's in a lot of movies.
She's in a lot of movies.
I can't remember
I
any
know.
other ones.
She may or may not be America's sweetheart.
Come on.
Sandy Beach.
Over Sandy B?
Look, there are titles that pass between
different Americas.
people. That's right. There are two Americas.
Who is America's sweetheart right now?
I don't know. Probably like some young TikTok.
Probably Addison Rae.
Who?
That's pretty good.
Hey,
Good pull.
thanks.
Who's that?
She's a big
TikToker.
TikToker.
Oh,
And
okay.
they put her in a movie, and I think the movie was bad. And there's a lot of think
Yes.
pieces like, can
It's too long.
TikTokers act?
It was
Too long.
It was he's all that, and it was like she's all that, except for
Oh.
It's he.
It's a
him
he.
that is
Who's
that.
the he?
Just like Grease 2.
Josh
maybe
Hartnett.
somebody from
Zac Efron.
TikTok?
Zac
Just
Efron's
kidding.
so old
Old,
compared
I
to
know.
her.
Okay, that would be amazing. That'd be hilarious. Oh, what's wrong with him? Oh, he's just really old. Oh, okay. He shouldn't be here. But then he takes off his glasses and Sixpence None the Richer starts playing. And you're like, oh, yeah, okay. I guess they could be friends at least. Like,
Yeah.
They could hang out.
Yeah. I want to say it's
Under
somebody
supervision.
who's in Stranger. No, it's the Karate Kid.
Oh, that kid.
Oh, Johnny
No.
Lawrence?
No.
New
The
Karate
new
Kid.
Karate Kid.
He's like the
The main kid?
he's Johnny Lawrence's son.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, not the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan.
No. The show,
No.
Cobra Kai.
No.
Cobra Kai.
Oh,
Yeah.
Still pretty good.
still haven't seen it.
Yeah, pretty good.
What? Watch it. It's good.
Okay.
It's entertaining.
Molly, how should we rate this movie?
I'm glad you asked. We're going to rate this movie based on Dad Mug Holds.
Dad Mug Holds.
Okay.
Mug hole, like mug.
So is this
Muggles.
similar to the Cigar Chomp Chomper, where it is actually an item that accomplishes an action for you?
No, in this case, it is. It's like a menu that you can choose of 5 different ways a dad would hold a mug,
Okay.
Wow.
I see.
Oh,
and
it's
you
like
can order
choose
up to
your-
5 of them. Yeah, like choose
your character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Character selection.
I'm doing a
Character-
TikTok. I'm doing a TikTok right now.
Yeah.
Do you no
He's doing a TikTok.
TikTok?
Okay. 1 of 5. Dad.
Dad, say it again.
Dad Mug Holds.
Dad
Okay,
mug
these are different
holds
styles.
of hold.
So it's not a scale.
No,
Like 1 is not necessarily better
no,
or
one's
worse. than
like
5.
rich dad.
Okay,
Cool
classic
dad.
It's like okay, so it's like how there's like down DLC, right? So you can like get
Yes.
new holds for your character. So like
Okay.
5 is like pretty impressive.
Oh, I'm getting 5 new dad
Holds.
mug holds that
Yeah.
I can use in my dad simulator.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
So 5 is like definitely better because like it's
That's a
just a
concept I
flex. It's
connect
a
with.
huge flex.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got the
pretty cool.
season pass. too.
Exactly. You got the season pass on dad holds for
Yeah.
your
Exactly.
Fortnite games where
Yeah.
the new character is the dad. Oh, Fortnite challenge. Put in the dad from A Christmas Story in your new season. I barely understand what you are, but I know you do shit like this.
Yeah,
do it.
You can use
cowards.
it until you make money, and then we'll get mad and sue you, just like Backpack Kid.
Yeah, or what's his name? Fresh Prince guy. Was that Fortnite? I don't know.
Yeah, Carlton,
Yeah.
Oh
He has a
yeah,
name.
Alfonso.
Rivera.
Yeah.
Dan,
Yep.
you go first, as we all know.
Dan goes first because he's great and he's the most likely to have an opinion before thinking about it, and then takes too long to think about it, and Molly yells at him in her head.
Sometimes
what?
out loud.
Sometimes out loud. As I stated earlier, I have no nostalgia to this movie, and we just talked about doing this movie. I immediately was just like, I wonder if this will just be boring to me because I have no nostalgia, and I'm still concerned about that. But it's also supposed to be beloved for a reason, so I will take the cowardly approach and only select 3 dad mug holds from the marketplace, the digital marketplace for...
Feels like at that point you should have bought the season pass. Like you probably just lost money.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a coward.
You're a coward, as we all know. Beth,
Yes.
you are 2.
I go second because I sat to the left of Dan for a while.
Yes.
And if you go clockwise, I would be next.
In this pod, we go clockwise, even when physically incapable of doing so.
So, I think this one is going to be okay, but better than okay. So I'm going to say 3.5
Ooh.
dad holds.
So you got like a glitchy download or something?
Yeah, the mug is broken on one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just the handle.
Yeah.
Like there's like bugs they haven't fixed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mug bugs.
But now it's like a thing where it's like it becomes a whole meme. It's like, oh, half a mug.
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah.
My name is Dan. I'm the one with the hairy chest.
Ooh.
Callbacks.
Yeah. I been reflecting on how grumpy I've been about family movies in the last few episodes.
Okay, great.
And I don't want to shit on a movie that doesn't deserve to be shat upon. But I don't have any connection to this movie. I remember 2 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've seen the whole thing, to be honest. And I don't know. So I'm not going to give it a high one because I want to be able to give it a high one later.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give it 3, like a coward that I am.
Okay.
As we all know.
As we all know. Molly.
My name is Molly. I go last, and I will say I'm going to give this 4.5.
Wow.
Whoa.
Mostly because I want my enthusiasm to help buoy the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have some nostalgic memories of it. And I think there are some genuinely human moments in it. Will we find it mostly outdated? Yes. Does it sort of parody the 50s a little bit? Sure. But mostly it's just like a family story. So I don't know. You know what? I'm sticking with it. I'm going to go 4.5 dad mug holds. And my half is because the dad is just like barely holding on. He's just using like his index finger and his thumb.
So loose.
Sure.
Super cash.
So loose. I love it.
Yep.
The loosest of holds.
That dad's going to spill some coffee on his lap and really swear more than is appropriate.
And with that, we're going to hit pause. We're going to go watch A Christmas Story, and we'll be right back. Hello, listeners. Coming at you at the mid-roll, just to remind you. Is that what we say? Coming at you.
I mean, that's
what I say.
Mid-roll
we
coming
just
at
recently
ya.
started declaring the mid-roll as the mid-roll.
Yeah.
And by we, I
Hey,
mean Dan.
behind the scenes in podcasting, the ads that come in between a podcast is called a mid-roll.
And that's the most premium location.
Oh, is it really?
Which is why we give our mid-roll to ourselves.
Because then we can write it off and we pay ourselves with one hand.
Exactly.
While the other hand is also paying ourselves.
That's right. We're
podcast rich.
Yep, we sure are.
And right now, we're podcast rich and review poor.
Oh.
We know that there are many of you out there who listen to and enjoy Totes Recall. And if you haven't done so yet, we encourage you to leave a, what do we call it? The maximum rating review at the platform of your choice, whether that's Spotify or Apple or other places. And if you have already done that, have you told a friend about Totes Recall? And did they like it? And if they did like it, maybe they could leave a review. Or if they did or didn't like it, maybe they could leave us a voicemail.
Yes.
I am forever trying to get started a segment called First Impressions, where people who have listened to or began listening to the podcast recently leave us a voicemail with their thoughts, even like whatever those thoughts are. So it could be you or someone you know. And I really encourage you to do it. To do that, you can just go to our website, totesrecall.com, and you will see the phone number on that website. Or you can dial
612-889 put-a-doo.
The last 4 letters don't matter, but you do.
2 T's and putt.
2 T's and putt.
2 T's and putt, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, everyone. And now, back to the show. And we're back. We just watched 1 hour and 33 minutes of nostalgia for one of us.
That seems right.
That's probably going to pan out.
Wow.
Well, before we spoil who had the nostalgia, there is a segment that we all have nostalgia for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has won a major award, callback to the movie we just watched.
Yep.
Major award. It got received a large crate in the mail,
Yep.
and inside was the
From
It
the
was-
It's
town.
proudly displayed in the window as a,
Yep. It's you can see it if you go to Beth's house. The address is
Minneapolis.
no,
Don't
Incorrect.
dox her.
but don't dox me.
bro.
Bro.
Only
That-
3 of us live in Minneapolis. No one knows where I live.
The segment is 60 second summary.
60 seconds summary.
Yep.
I did a little dance and I felt like
It's
I
a
was going to
great
sing,
dance.
but then I just
No,
stopped.
It was a great dance. We each contribute our own part.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as is tradition, I
Thank
will
you.
volunteer to do it.
You're
but-
garbage. You can't do it.
Wow. Wow.
I will do it
Okay.
Yay.
because I am not garbage. And also, Molly very directly pointed out I haven't done it in a while compared to everyone
true.
else. All right.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
Go.
Okay, it is wintertime. It is the Midwest. There is a child. His name is Ralphie. He's excited about Christmas because that's when you get stuff. He really wants some kind of BB gun because men are men in the 40s, and they're trained to kill. His little brother, who's a weirdo, doesn't like to eat. His dad is very dad, who's just like a grumble puss and fights with all the various things he owns, as well as the 100 dogs that live next door.
30 seconds.
Has daydreams all the time because he's lonely and he doesn't know how to express himself emotionally. He really wants that gun. He's going to trick his teacher into loving his essay about it. So he tells his parents to get it. There's hijinks, there's bullies, the
10
parents are
seconds.
whatever. They have Christmas. And then there's some light racism at the end against Asians because this movie was made whenever it was made. Christmas happens. Hooray.
Time.
He gets the gun.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
almost missed the most important thing.
Yes, exactly.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
pretty good summary.
I will say, just for a point of clarification,
Yes, of
that
course.
he's got bullies chasing after
Oh,
him.
how could I forget Scott?
So,
Is he a Scott or Scott?
Scott.
Farkas.
Farkas.
And Grover Dill. Or is it Dill Grover?
I don't know.
I think it's Grover Dill.
Great.
Yeah. They are really good bad guys.
They're so annoying.
Do they... Okay. Does... Grover specifically says, I'm going to go tell my dad when Ralph finally hulks out on Scott.
Yeah.
Does Scott live in that junkyard? Is he like a human junkyard dog where he just appears out of nowhere and it's like, hey, 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 hey.
I mean,
Kind of seems that way, right?
People.
he does pop out of thin air at
He's like,
some
come
point.
here. Hey, come here.
Yeah, I am a little, well, he has braces,
Okay.
He's older.
which I mean,
You can make braces out of
you
garbage.
can be experiencing homelessness and have braces, I suppose.
But
Oh.
sometimes bullies like that are having a hard time themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
he ran away from home and is staying in the junkyard.
No.
I feel like Scott probably is having a hard time.
And he's staying in the junkyard.
Yeah.
Why are you so against Scott living in the junkyard?
I
You
don't know.
only ever see him in the junkyard, except the one time he appears like Spider-Man off the playground.
Well, yeah, he's just, I think the point is he's everywhere, and he's always in between
everywhere.
where the boys are and their destination.
Yeah.
So he's always blocking them. I just
They
want
always
to,
cut through the junkyard.
Yeah.
So, ergo, he lives at the junkyard.
the
He's
reason I
junkyard
wanted to
dog.
bring up the bullies, though, is because you said in your summary that it's we should go ahead and clarify that the movie was made in 1983 and takes place in the 1940s, not the 50s.
Right.
Yep.
So I don't, did anybody come close?
Beth said 80. That was the closest. Dan said 87. Almost as close.
Oh.
I said 79.
And I regrettably
Almost
said
close.
90.
I said
I don't
90.
even know why I did
Wow.
that.
Way off.
But the point is, you had mentioned like in the 40s, guns were just important. But in this viewing of the movie, I, for the first time, had the realization that Ralph feels unsafe. And so, of course, he wants a gun. And, of course, he fantasizes about sticking up for himself and his family because he actually doesn't get a chance to do that in his actual life.
Right.
Yeah.
Although he learns the most important lesson, which is you only need the 2 guns that God gave you.
That's right. Left and right,
That's
baby.
right, baby.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew. I think most of his offensive was the mittens that were attached to his arms.
Yeah, it was like a double hit.
Yes,
it was like hit with his hand and then hit with the mitten.
Awesome. Like Goro.
Yes. I agree. And know that reference.
Finish him.
Thank you. I did not remember the bullies at all. I mostly just remembered, both in my summary and in my memory of this movie before we watched, I mostly just remembered like he's a child and he does child things to and from home, basically in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some childhood stress. Very common stressful situation for young children. Especially boys, especially in the 40s, because everybody's dad was broken on the inside because their fathers were also broken on the inside.
They're just
Oh, yeah.
passing it down and around.
Unending chain of unresolved patriarchal issues, substance abuse, and post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, I didn't even think about like what that dad was like a while ago, where he was at.
Yeah.
The dad or Scott's dad?
Oh, either one. Yeah, Scott's dad could have been a vet. Maybe his dad died in the war.
Oof.
Wow.
Well, when in the 40s
the
does this
Spanish
take place?
flu.
We don't know.
Oh,
Do we?
I just said the 40s.
The 40s. And World War II is like 42 to 45. So that would be a good chunk of it.
Yikes.
The beginning half.
Yeah.
I will say, I think we should, we'll go ahead and just say that I'm the one who had nostalgia for this film. I actually enjoyed it. What? And watching it this time, I noticed things I hadn't noticed before. Like I hadn't noticed the relationship between the mom and dad quite so much.
How so?
Just that they actually really got along and liked each other and enjoyed each other even when they felt tortured by the other person's
Yeah.
It was
actions.
better than I expected. In both, it's like a reality of like a married people kind of butting heads, but also like I kept waiting for the dad to like really be shitty and abusive, and like that never happened. Like they were just like, everybody's kind of a cartoon in this movie.
Right.
Also.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's very like melodramatic almost, and I suppose it's because it's like that's how kids perceive things. But I had forgotten that it was so like that.
It is. And, I was thinking about watching it this time, too. I was like, my imagination was every bit as colorful as these montages he has. And, like, there's a scene where he talks about fantasizing about going blind before he turns 21 and his parents just
Like,
begging
just
to know how.
his parents.
Just so that your parents would feel bad. And while there's nothing wrong with being blind and it's not a tragic event, the way it's presented, I'm like, oh, yeah, I definitely had that feeling. I definitely lay in my bed at some point crying out of frustration and just thought, oh, they're going to be sorry. Something awful is going to happen to me and they're going to feel so bad.
Yeah.
So it actually, in hindsight, I was like, this, as a reflection of how a 9-year-old perceives the world, this doesn't seem that far away. Even though it's, it's kind of cartoonified.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a word. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fun.
Well, that's the podcast.
There you go.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something, so
You're gonna
I didn't.
go
say
ahead and
something.
criticize.
Held his breath and laid on the microphone.
He's so tired.
I want to stop being tired, like worn out by movies. But it's also my truth that I again found this movie exhausting.
Too many young people?
They were very young. They were children. No, it wasn't too many young people. It was just like the frantic nature of the movie. It was like there was a lot of daydream sequences, and the shots kept varying up a lot. And there was a lot of like, not star
Edit.
wipes. Iris
Yeah.
wipes.
Yeah.
It was just a lot for me.
As we were watching it, I was you know how, and I think it was NBC, maybe it was a bunch of different networks eventually, did those live Grease.
Oh.
You know,
Sure.
they did A Christmas Story live. And as I was watching it, I was like, oh, this would be good on stage. It feels almost like Little Shop of Horrors to me. Like there's like, I don't know how to describe it. Everything felt like a set to me. So anyway, long story short, that's it.
That's it.
I mean, it is a Christmas story.
That's true.
It's in the title.
It's based on a novel.
It is
Yeah.
based
according to
on
the
a novel.
credits.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
But
was
the
funny
title
when
was too long for me to actually catch what it was.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash.
It did kind of remind me, it had that kind of folksy feel.
Yes.
It reminded me of, I went to a stand-up show in a garage.
Okay.
And so it was basically a bunch of stand-ups and anyone could sign up for a time slot. And it was at a party. So if you went in and sat down, you were kind of stuck there a little bit. But most people's sets were like, 2 to 5 minutes. They're very short. And so some seats opened up. And so I was like, okay. So I went and sat down. And the next thing that happened was a person stood up and told a story that had clearly been written out at least 15 years earlier, maybe more. And it was like a written and rehearsed story. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you write something out and then say it as if it's funny.
Yeah.
And some things are funny written out.
Sure.
I don't mean to dismiss.
Wow.
Sorry, storytellers.
Yep.
Yeah, David Sedaris, don't at me. No, but it's possible. But it just was. It felt like overly theatrical and tortured, particularly for the moment that we were in.
Right.
And listening to the narrator in this, with everything was kind of over the top and overwrought in the descriptions of things. And sometimes it landed with me, and most of the time I was like, oh, I feel like I'm watching like the senior competition at the state humorous
Right.
interpretation.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is how I felt about the narrator the whole time. When he would like laugh at his own, like, that was hilarious. As it wasn't grabbing me, I guess.
And I wonder if a lot of that is like directly lifted from the novel. And so in the novel, like that's it, right?
Yeah.
Like the fun way of writing it is like, that's the whole storytelling device. So like, it doesn't feel as maybe overwrought because
sure.
you don't have the addition of like, here's an adorable child who's also facially responding to these situations.
For sure.
Yeah.
He made some good faces.
He did good. I'll
Great
give it up
faces.
to Ralphie Actor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he was adorable.
Very adorable.
His little slick back hair, slick side hair, and glasses.
Yeah, it just occurred to me. I was about that age when I probably saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nine-ish.
Too. Yeah, I was probably 8 or 9. Yeah.
Perfect.
Like hit that right spot.
Yeah.
It was like with a BB gun, just hit it right on.
Did you have a scut in your life?
Did you have a scut?
I did. Actually, I really had a pretty terrifying bully when I was young. Yeah. Yeah.
Did they live in the junkyard?
No, but they would corner me in the bathroom.
Oh no.
Oh.
So I was in kindergarten and they were older. They seemed much older. They were probably like second grade or something, you know?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, actually, it's probably always been true about me. I just always have to pee. And so I would have to go during class and I would ask to be excused. And I would say about every 5th time that I went to the bathroom during class, this girl would sneak in behind me and she would like crawl like a spider underneath
It's like the ring.
Ringu.
Yeah, it kind of would like crawl underneath the stall and wedge herself between, I was just sitting on the toilet, right? And this little kid, and she seemed so much bigger than me and so wiry and huge. It
Okay,
was like
you're
her arms and
describing a
legs went on
ghost.
forever.
That's terrifying.
And
You had to
she
go see your
would,
school.
she would just say
Bathroom
really mean things to me, like
mean
really,
ghost.
like probably stuff she heard adults say to other adults. Like it was
Yikes.
pretty horrible.
Oh, that's
And I would just
creeping
like
me out.
try to cover myself up while I peed
Oh,
and
that's so
just wait for
uncomfortable
her
on
to
so many
leave.
levels. Yikes.
And she would eventually get tired and let me go.
Would she scuttle her way back out?
And I think
Or would
sometimes
she
like
open
I
the
did
door?
crawl underneath.
Would you close your eyes and then when you open them, she'd be gone?
No. I think sometimes I would crawl underneath the stalls in the other direction and just run.
Were there ever words written on the mirror when you came out of the
No, I haven't seen this movie that you're talking about, so
generic
okay.
horror tropes.
But no, I mean it was anyway. Yeah, it was terrifying. So
Yeah.
I think there is.
I
Yeah,
hope she washed her hands before she left.
that's true.
Crawling around on the
those
bathroom
floors?
floor.
I mean,
At an elementary school?
at an
Yikes.
elementary
Disgusting.
school, it was
Yikes.
not nice.
Loose pee everywhere.
Yeah.
Loose pee.
Spread some of that pink soap on the floor.
Yeah,
Rub it
life
out.
buoy.
Well, and I would just like to say that this group enjoyed my story of trauma and thought it was way more hilarious than they did the entire movie.
Excuse me, do not speak. Do not speak for the other podcasters.
Yeah, I said that's pretty good a couple times.
Yes.
I imagined I might.
I believe I laughed aloud multiple times. Check the tapes
Yeah, you did.
of our lives.
And also,
lives.
I feel like, do you not want us to have a stronger emotional connection to you than to
Yeah,
a
some
character
dumb
on
fictional
in a
kid.
movie?
Yeah, no, that's fair. These are all fair points.
Okay, I do have a question about
shut
soap.
up about your childhood, Molly. We want to talk about Ralphie and his stupid commercialism trauma.
Oh, that was real as hell too.
Wanting something?
No, I mean, I don't know if it's like a Gen X thing, but like you really want something, you save up for it, you drink gallons of Ovaltine, you send away,
Oh,
it finally arrives, and it turns out to be just junk.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's relatable,
It-
right?
I mean,
Very
for sure.
relatable.
kids' ads make it seem like the toy moves on its own and
it's
like
so
talks to you
cool.
and stuff, and then you get it and it's like,
Just trash.
yeah.
Hey, teens
Yeah.
or younger, don't believe the hype. It's all garbage.
Yeah.
It's just consumerism. They're trying to lock you in now.
Yeah, let me tell you about this company called Supreme.
Yes.
They're just putting their label on stuff and marking it up. Don't buy it. Make your own stuff.
Trash.
What is
Art.
Supreme?
What's Supreme?
It's
It's-
trash.
It's like it's a brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they take like hoodies or whatever and they put the name Supreme on it. But because teens really like it, they charge like $150 for a sweatshirt
I see.
and or more. I don't know about
Yeah.
the prices. Anyway, I
So
saw
it's
a
like
thing about it.
all stores.
So
Yeah, but
buy
it's
Supreme?
like
Got it.
it's extreme Supreme.
Yeah. You can buy like a fire hydrant for like $900 and just is a normal fire extinguisher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Wow.
It's a Supreme
You want a fire hydrant?
Is that for
Yeah.
like your dog? Like
Yeah,
yeah,
they just-
got it.
Yeah, they sell random crap and just put their name on it.
And
So
it's
it's like
super
the
expensive.
Abercrombie and Fitch of the internet.
Yeah, but way more expensive.
Yeah.
Like Abercrombie and Fitch was more expensive than like Target or something, but
Yeah.
like it's way more, hundreds of dollars.
And you're a middle school child who mostly wears, I don't know, stuff he got for free. When your older sister is like, I'm going to take you shopping because she, I don't know, felt bad for her weird middle school brother. And you are horrified that this one shirt you like costs like tens of dollars.
Yeah.
That is why Abercrombie and Fitch is what sticks in my head. Because from my childhood, when she was like, "Let's go here," this is where because that's where the kids today
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
shopping. And I was horrified that one shirt would cost so much. And she said, "It's fine. It's a nice shirt," and it didn't work because then I
Oh, no.
shopped at thrift stores for my entire high school
Oh, I see.
life.
I see.
Because you bought the one shirt and now you're in the red.
No, I was just horrified at the very idea of spending that much on a single article of
Sure,
clothing.
also
I still
buy-
kind of am, but also now I'm like, oh no, I deserve nice things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Also,
buy news clothes.
sometimes those things last
way
longer,
longer, yeah.
and it's a better deal and better for the
Right.
environment.
Although if you're buying from the thrift store, it's already been recycled, so you're
Yeah,
fine.
there you
Yeah.
go. I have
Teens?
never bought anything from Abercrombie and Fitch
Great, good for
because
you.
neither.
I refused to.
Because of all those
of all the
hot boys standing outside that
things-
intimidated you.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
No, I had heard there was like a big scandal when I was like in elementary school that like
Oh, the laundry
Abercrombie and Fitch was selling like thongs for
Oh.
toddlers or something like that. I don't think that that's actually true, but
Yeah.
I heard it on the playground,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
so I was like,
Old Navy
I
was
want-
the racist one.
oh no,
Oh, there's so many racist ones.
but Abercrombie and Fitch definitely had racist T-shirts.
Oh, and they were hiring people based on their appearance.
Yes,
which you're not supposed
So
to
that
do.
was why the hot
What?
teens
Wasn't that
intimidated me.
American
Yeah.
Apparel? I
It's
guess
all
it's
of
probably
them.
all.
Probably
It's all of
all.
them.
Yeah.
Hey, anyway, the point is,
Fashion industry is trash.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But it's okay to spend money on a
Fast
good
fashion.
shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like make sure it's made out of
buy some Patagonia stuff.
or whatever. Grow your own.
Patagonia good?
Cotton?
Yeah, they're great.
Oh, okay.
They're B Corp.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay, but like, have you done all the digging necessary on that to
Yeah.
say that with 100%?
Yeah. No, I'm all in on
All right.
Patagonia.
Should we
Pending.
contact them about being a sponsor?
Probably.
I mean, Terrible Origami can't do it all on
You
their
can
own.
buy that at REI.
Pending.
They've got a used clothing store as well that they run. You can turn back in your own stuff.
Oh,
Wear.
and I just heard
Cool.
that H&M does that. You can bring like a bag of. I didn't know. I've been taking those bags to Goodwill and knowing that nothing happens.
Yes, but also dig into that little more.
Oh, no.
Cloth recycling might all be a scam
No.
and not actually do
I thought
anything.
they made it to insulation.
country is a scam.
I know it is, but like fabric, it seems like you could do something with.
You could.
It sure seems that way.
Yeah, it does appear that way, which is why that works.
Anyway, we're talking about the 40s when it didn't matter
Yeah.
because everything you got was fine, even though it was plastic.
Covered in
it would
lead
last forever and covered in toxic colors.
Yeah.
But it was fine because America #1.
Yes.
We were back, baby.
Back, baby, we killed the Nazis.
Yes,
we
we
killed the Kaiser.
exclusively stopped Hitler's terror with no help from certain state actors who had ideological differences with how you should run a government. It was entirely us,
USA.
America #1.
Everything's
by,
fine at home.
Yes,
Everyone is living the same American dream.
yes. Whether you're a dad who works in some sort of business that it's unclear what, or a hillbilly that owns 24 dogs next door.
Oh, those dogs, though.
Bumpuses.
dogs got
Bumpus
me.
dogs, so good.
There's, the Bumpuses, is that their actual name?
Yep.
Are the neighbors. We never see them.
Only the dogs.
We only see about a dozen bloodhounds,
Yep.
I think.
I think there's a couple just like random other dogs in there in
but
the mix.
primarily hounds.
Yeah.
They are great, except one gets its ear caught in the door.
Yeah.
It's fine.
The dad seems to have control over them somehow, or Ralphie thinks that.
What? No,
No.
Ralphie. No.
No,
The dogs
what?
ignore every human on Earth except the dad. So whenever the dad comes home or is outside, all the dogs swarm and go after
Yeah, that
him.
was not. He did not consent to that
No.
at
I
all.
thought somehow like all the dogs only listen to him.
no,
No.
they just really liked him and bothered him all the
Okay.
time.
I was having a hard time paying attention.
Oh, jeez. What about the part where he hangs his butt out the door for them to take a bite off for him on him?
That I didn't
That
quite
was
get.
incredible.
He just offers his rump to the dog.
Yes.
He's in
Oh,
such a
I-
good mood because he won a major
award.
award.
For we bet about that. For was it eating?
No.
Lights?
No.
Fishing?
No.
No. Correct.
Some
Those were
kind
the bets.
of some
we're
kind
doing
of
a puzzle.
Like a crossword,
Like a
maybe, or
crossword.
trivia.
Like
Send
an
away
intellectual
puzzle or
puzzle.
something in there.
I love that it was literary great. I didn't catch that joke before, but it's he's doing a crossword or some kind of puzzle about literary greats in the
American. Yeah.
American literature,
Yeah.
and it's I don't know the Lone Ranger's nephew's horse's name.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a killer joke, man.
Good joke.
So
Okay.
he wins this leg lamp as we
Yes.
previewed. It is sexy.
Bananas.
I wondered if Ralph would be horny, and everybody shouted me down. But then when he first
Oh, no,
sees the
he was
lamp,
horny for that
he
lamp.
Wow.
rubs his
He was
hand
horny for that
up
lamp.
the lamp.
Yep.
Also, the lamp has part of a butt cheek,
Just a tease. Just a tease of a
which
glute.
was
Piece
unexpected.
of a glue.
Yeah. Well, you need that wide base to hold the shade.
Sure, the shade sits on top of the
But
The butt.
no.
the lower butt.
The shade goes over the bulb and into the
no,
middle.
the bulb is
No,
inside
yeah,
the leg.
glows. The,
The
whole leg.
closed. Bulb ain't up there. Bulb's in the calf.
Bulb ain't up there.
Bulb ain't up there.
Bulb to the leg. I don't think the shade is touching the glute.
Where
That's-
else
that's
would
where
it
it's
touch? You
sitting.
said it was at the top of the lamp.
It connects in the center, like all shades do.
What are you
The
talking
center
about?
is the
The
glue.
glute.
But you don't need. You can have a straight leg and still have a center. You don't need the extra butt
That
at
is
the top.
it's a huge shade.
But
You're
this
telling
is
me
also this lamp is definitely recycled for real from a mannequin.
Yeah.
Chop off the leg, turn it into a lamp.
That's
Hey,
good.
there we go.
We had a wine bottle that got turned into a lamp in my home of my youth.
Was it sexy?
No.
Bottles are very curvy.
That's true.
Oh, was it a what do you call those? A nice Chianti.
Ooh, with the
Those
little
are
wicker,
memorable little wicker.
The little wicker.
Yeah.
Sure. No.
Oh.
Pretty straight sides.
Ugh.
Oh, boring.
Wow.
Yeah, what a
What is this
boring ass
story?
lamp.
Does this story have a point?
I guess. Well, Molly, I guess what we don't appreciate is that Dan comes from California, where the vineyards were everywhere. So there were just wine bottles everywhere.
Yeah.
They were running wild and free, rolling down the rivers like a logger's bounty.
You just pick one up.
Yeah.
You just walk outside, you pick up a wine bottle.
Yeah, I mean, then you use it to spear an avocado off the tree.
That's right.
And surf to class.
Yeah. Yep. Take out that avocado skin, fashed into a surfboard.
Yep. Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
It's like turning a mannequin leg into a lamp.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Avocado surfboard. Patent pending. It's ours now.
Supreme.
Supreme avocado surfboard. Totes Preem. I'm sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's no reason to.
I have a question about soap.
Yes.
Great.
Okay. When you were little, did you ever have to get a bar of soap in your mouth for
No.
swearing?
No. Seems
I
like Molly
never
maybe did.
but I do remember trying it.
I also tried it.
Yeah.
Oh, on your own?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I tried it on my own.
It's disgusting.
You all
Horrible.
did it on your own
Yeah.
just to know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lyndon, you got to go try some soap right now.
Right now.
Do you have a bar of soap? I'm not doing that liquid shit.
No, I just got liquid shit.
No, there's a
Does
bar
it
up in
count?
the kitchen.
Oh
Sorry
yeah,
to
but
dox your
it's got
kitchen.
like rosemary in it.
Ooh,
It's
okay,
flavorful.
that's
It's probably
nice.
gonna taste good,
I
honestly.
mean, better than whatever was in that kid's mouth. Probably just like pure lie, right?
Just
So gross.
disgusting.
And I always imagine, never happened to me, but I always imagined in that punishment of it's like a wash your mouth out with soap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no washing. He just had to clamp down
I
on
also
it and
thought
like
there'd be
hold
washing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No.
pictured like in the cartoons where they would just jam the soap bar
Yeah,
in
and
your
then the
mouth and get all
bubbles come out
sudsy.
of the thing.
Oh, no, I think that's just for
Rabies.
cartoons. No, I
Okay.
think you just have to hold it in
You
your
just
mouth.
hold it.
Who is the first person to come up with that? Because they're kind of like an evil genius, right? You're gonna
Ridiculous.
say that dirty word. I gotta wash your mouth out.
Honestly, it was probably some fucking soap manufacturer.
That's true. That's why soap operas
probably.
exist.
That's right.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like,
To sell soap or
Yeah.
yeah, because like a single
soap is a
company
thing.
would sponsor the whole show. Originally.
And the
It's a radio
income you
show.
could make from one soap opera would pay for your entire news division.
What?
Yeah.
That's bananas.
That's the reason why like soap operas existed for so long is because they're very inexpensive to produce.
yes.
And it used to be that companies expected that some parts of their company wouldn't do well, but it was important to have the prestige of
Huh.
a healthy, neutral news reporting.
Okay, but what about milking information for engagement and profit?
Well, and shock value. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that came later.
Yeah, but I mean that makes sense, right? 'Cause
Right,
then-
right,
Then you
that's-
make more money.
Yeah.
gotta make money so you can get more decoder rings.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Once we get enough stuff, we're happy.
yeah,
Yeah. That's what I know about
That's what I
life.
also know about.
yeah. You get enough soap for your children's mouths. You get
Yeah.
enough lamps for your household.
Yep.
Sexy lamps.
Sexy lamps. You get enough guns.
To fight off classic bandits.
Yes,
Yeah.
which good costumes on those bandits.
Good costumes. I'll be honest, I was very worried that the bandits had blackface on.
Oh.
No.
And they didn't.
No.
But I was very tense sitting at that couch.
But we did say, are there any people of color in this movie? And there,
Sort of.
There are not with any speaking parts.
Right.
But there are kids in Ralphie's class.
Choir
The choir at the beginning.
Couple of the bandits.
Couple of the
bandits,
bandits,
yeah.
But
unfortunately.
not all the bandits.
Yeah,
Right?
that's nice.
And then there is a very, as we touched on, or as Dan touched on, in the we're happening in the there's a very racist moment in a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, it was that part. We're jumping all the way to the near end of the movie here. Like that was a roller coaster moment because it was like the climax of the Bumpus Hounds coming in and stealing the turkey.
Yeah, which was great.
And then we immediately go like, we're going out to eat. And then they go to a Chinese restaurant, which is like what you assume is happening. But then for reasons that are only clear to the people who made this movie in 1983, they had, I guess, like the serving staff of the restaurant
Yeah.
singing Christmas carols.
Yeah, and they're really making hay out of the
just
difference between the R and the L
leaning into it.
sound.
Yeah. It goes on for, I mean,
Way too long.
none of us find that funny.
Right.
But even if it was funny, it still would have been
Dragged
going on
a
for
little
too long.
Yeah.
So it was bad on many, many levels.
Yeah. I bet some people really thought it was funny in 83.
Oh, I bet it was a huge cut up.
Probably killed.
Yeah.
Killed in the theaters.
I mean, yeah. If you look at a movie like Airplane or any
Yeah.
of the movies from the 80s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Vacation, yeah, like this is
Yeah.
not as bad
Right,
as,
sure.
Right.
Yeah,
But
you got, what's that? John Hughes one. Doesn't
Mhm.
he got one?
Yep.
okay. but
16 Candles.
16
Yes.
Candles.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's plenty to go around. Yeah, in 83 I doubt people noticed as much. But it was
No.
very painful to modern ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molly called it.
I
It would
did.
be
Oh, yeah.
I knew
uncomfortable.
I took the
Yeah, I had
Half-
no idea where it was going when you said that. You're like,
half
oh, I
rating.
think at the end you're going to be uncomfortable. I'm like, what happened?
I know. I was
at
like,
the
does he
end?
like shoot his
Oh my
brother or
God.
something?
that would be so sad.
Yeah. No, just some casual Hollywood racism.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
LOL.
We bet there would be a lot of cigarettes in this,
Ooh.
and there would be a joke about secondhand smoke. Maybe 0 cigarettes.
Zero
One
cigarettes.
cigar.
Incredible
One
cigar.
incredible cigar from an MVP delivery man
Yep.
Oh, yes.
who's very just getting his job done. Excited dad, really wants to know what it is.
Yep.
And delivery guy keeps going I don't know. And he's got some good face acting of buddy,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got his rumpled suit, his rumpled hat, and
Yeah.
his half-smoked cigar.
Yeah. He's chomping.
So beautiful. And then he's got his crate lackeys bringing the crate in.
An enormous crate.
Can we talk about
for-
crates
Yeah.
for a second?
Crate Scott.
Okay, first of all,
Standing ovation.
Wow.
it's weird. I don't know why this threw me off so much when that happened. It was like, oh yeah, crates used to be a thing. I don't know why that, I was so focused on that. I was just like,
You
that was a
were.
normal thing.
Wait.
You would just get a big wooden box that you had to pry open, and then what do you do with it? Right?
So, wait, okay.
Okay.
How recently did we switch from crates to cardboard boxes?
Oh.
Fairly
I
recently,
also don't
maybe.
know.
The
I have no
70s
memory of
and 80s?
getting crates
Me
as a
neither.
child.
No.
So probably pre-80s.
Oh, you have no memory
Yeah,
of it.
no memories.
I thought you just said you had memories of it, and my mind was blown.
I'm guessing that sometime in the next 10, 20 years after this movie takes place, when America was back, baby, and industrialization ruled the land, it was like, oh, this is so much easier.
Yeah.
Because now we just have a machine that just
Yeah, Uline came into existence. And
extrudes
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
fibers
I
or whatever.
feel like when I was growing up, there were some crates, but they were novelty Christmas crates.
Sure.
You know what
Sure.
I mean?
Were there novelty lamps in them?
No, no novelty lamps. I will say this time watching it, I did appreciate the humor of this enormous crate for this relatively small lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that never happens now.
No.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, but seriously, what do you do with a crate? You
Oh,
open
make
your crate,
something
you
out of it?
pull out your thing. Now you just have a bunch of wood and hay.
Throw it
You got to
outside.
burn something in your
Yeah.
fireplace.
That's true.
If it's just plain wood,
It probably wasn't, but they didn't care
Just
at the
break it
time.
I don't
down.
know how much were they pressure treating stuff?
Yeah, but there's probably weird tars and shit on it, depending on
Who
what's in the
cares?
crate. What?
yes. Maybe just set it out by the sidewalk
Oh,
and
let
somebody needs a
Scott
crate.
build his home out of it.
That's how they make all those
Oh,
Hoovervilles.
Scott.
Oh, that's true.
That crate also has a joke that Beth clocked that is just a thing people say that I also didn't know was a thing people say, which is to say fragile instead of fragile.
Yeah.
He says, must be Italian.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty solid joke.
That's a pretty solid joke.
Yeah. Well, then it made me think in Finding Nemo,
Mm-hmm.
when Dory finds the escape door and she said escape. It sounds funny. It's spelled just like escape.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same joke.
It's a similar joke.
Yep. There's no new comedy.
Finding Nemo. Did I say Finding Dory or Finding Nemo?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm like the
Just
fish
fix
in
it
that
in
movie.
post.
Am I right?
Oh, did you
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow, I got 3 high fives.
Yeah.
The daydream where you win. A plus plus plus
Plus,
plus.
My podcast host respect me.
Okay, speaking of daydreams,
Yes.
Yeah.
there's a daydream where his teacher turns into a witch.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting. But then his mom is a jester.
Yes.
And I didn't understand how those two things went together.
She's supposed to be like Harley Quinn.
Shouldn't she also be a
Batman
witch?
character from the 90s.
I mean, Batman as a comic is very old. I don't know how old Harley Quinn is.
The 90s. I just told you.
That's
Listen to Dan.
Harley Quinn was created by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm for the 90s animated series and was such a popular
Wow.
character that she was integrated into the print continuity.
Why do you know this?
nerd alert.
Nerd.
Jeez, I read a lot of comics.
Have you just met also, Dan?
Yeah,
Is
Jesus.
this just now
I
happening?
didn't know that you knew so many things about Batman.
I know things about many comic characters.
Wow.
I think his mom as a jester gets to the heart of him feeling like both he's being the victim of meanness and somebody laughing at him.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think it's, but also it was fascinating to me. I didn't realize what a presence the Wizard of Oz would be
Yes.
in the cultural psyche of the 1940s as told through this story.
Yeah.
Because at the very beginning there's a parade. No, the parade is at the end
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the Wizard of Oz characters,
Yes.
including the Wicked Witch.
And the flying monkeys who try to murder Mickey Mouse.
That is intense, man. I feel like that was just improvised.
Oh, I hope so.
I mean,
The monkeys were like, what if we just beat up on Mickey Mouse?
Or maybe the whole all the extras that were for the parade, like they were getting their costume assignments, right? And everybody
it was
just like,
probably a wink to the Warner Brothers executives because the Warner Brothers movie. I think so.
No, I think it's MGM.
MGM, never mind.
Oh, yes.
Well, MGM was later acquired by Turner.
Okay.
Well, anyway, that would have been funny in theory, though, eh?
Yeah,
Huh?
it
Yeah.
would be funny in
Little
theory.
little ribbing of Disney.
Like Roger Rabbit.
Yeah,
Where-
well, exactly. That's more
Yeah.
direct. Well, anyway, sorry, as you were saying, Dan.
Was I saying?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. I just figured like they're all getting their costumes, and maybe the Mickey one was like the easiest to put on or something. So,
They were all mad about
yeah,
it?
they're all mad that like, oh, fucking Daryl gets Mickey Mouse, and we got to sit here for 2 hours to put on this monkey costume. And Daryl's just like, hey guys, look, I got a tuxedo.
Look at these big white gloves.
Hey, I just put my head on, and then I'm done. I'm good to go. All right, gonna go drink a cup of coffee while you guys get your makeup done and these wings harnessed to your back.
Oh, I'm going to fucking beat the shit out of Daryl.
It's like, okay, the first chance we get, we fucking take Daryl out. Oh, enjoying your coffee now, Daryl? Guys, there's kids on set. Come on. No. That's definitely what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the Wizard of Oz characters show up at the
Yes,
inside the
that.
mall as well, or
Yeah,
inside
they
the
sneak
department
in
store.
there.
They sneak
Yeah.
in there. There's a
And-
sexy Tin Man character.
Yes.
One kid likes Tin Man.
Yeah, we all do, kid.
Yeah. That kid
He's
rules.
a good provider.
I love that kid so much.
Yeah, weird kids waiting in the Santa line.
What I liked about that for me personally was throughout the movie, so Ralphie's got his friends. He's got Schwartz and Flick. And one of them, I can't remember which one. Maybe there's a third one too. Oh, geez, too many kids. One of them has like this weird aviator goggle thing on all the time, and I was delighted that existed. But then this kid in line had the same hat, except he had the goggles down.
Yeah.
And he was a delight. He was just the kid that was stuck in line with Ralphie waiting for Santa, and he just like stares at Ralphie. He's just like, I like Santa. And I like Wizard of Oz. I like Tin Man. And we were like, yes, kid.
Yep.
You get it.
He
You
gets it.
Get it.
Yeah.
That Santa kind of freaked me out again.
Terrifying.
It is scary.
The is it fisheye lens again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like low angle shot and quick camera work
What
really
do you want for Christmas?
does me in. Yeah. I do think I haven't seen this movie, and I have seen those two parts, and they feel like nightmares to me.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's just because I was a scared child. I think there's I think it's intentional. I think there sort of is a nightmare quality to some of the scenes.
Definitely.
Yes.
The Santa scene is for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
But did you not laugh a little bit when Ralphie misses his chance, agrees to a football, starts down the slide, turns
Incredible
around,
move.
Yeah.
clings to the side,
He like stops himself. with
Stops
his feet.
himself. I thought that was
Great lower body
pretty good.
strength.
Ninja warrior.
pretty funny.
I appreciated how exhausted those elves were because that feels very true to life.
Yeah, that must be a really hard job.
Oh boy. At least Santa gets to like stay in one spot.
Yeah, he's got to get like the
Peed
kids
on.
that probably peed on him. Yeah.
Oh, do you think that happens? Probably.
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Isn't there a line about this one's wet?
Yeah,
in
he
there?
said, "Oh, it's a wet
The
one."
line.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, kids peed a lot more in the 40s.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because they're drinking all that Ovaltine to get their
Yeah,
decoder
decoders.
pins.
I mean, we know a real life Santa. We could ask.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
Tell you what,
I
we'll
don't.
follow up.
You know of real life Santa.
What?
You know of real life Santa.
I just know the one Santa who lives at the North Pole.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Well, we'll write a letter
Thank you.
and we'll ask. Are wet pants a thing?
And follow question: whose pants are wet in that situation?
Oh,
What?
I don't know.
You're stuck on that chair for a bunch of
Yeah,
hours.
you think he wears like a little bag?
You wear a little bag or a diaper?
You take a break,
Diaper.
typing.
little Santa diaper
Yeah, the diaper's probably a better way to go.
in a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You put
mean,
in
it
a
depends on the mall,
catheter
right?
like a real committed professional.
That's true.
No, you get breaks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, labor rights.
Yeah.
I see.
This was the 40s.
This is the
though.
40s.
Another nightmare scene is that kid getting his tongue stuck to the pole.
Oh,
Yes.
flick.
Okay, he like puts his tongue on that pole and he screams in a way that makes me think that he actually is screaming because his tongue is stuck up to the pole.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty good acting for a kid, or he's actually stuck to this pole and terrified.
I think he's a good professional actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the angle of it, it's not like totally dead on.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I could look it up. I forgot to do my trivia search.
Well, you were having such a great time.
I was
Whoa.
banking on
having
you
a good
telling
time.
me if that really happened to that kid's tongue.
All right, I'm going to write to Santa and I'll get to
It
the
looked,
bottom of
it
it.
looked like it was actually stuck to that pole.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Because
think,
how would he get that tension in his tongue?
I don't think he. I mean, I think it was actually in some way adhered to the pole, but I don't know if it was like.
I'm looking it up right now.
I don't know if they actually did it.
Where? Where
I
are you
don't
gonna
know.
look it
I'm
up?
just putting it in the search.
What are you
right
typing
now.
into your?
I'm typing in a Christmas story,
Real,
tongue,
real,
flagpole.
real tongue in.
No, I don't
Christmas
want
story parentheses real tongue in.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna.
flagpole go.
What are you typing it into?
Google.
Still using that?
Wow.
Molly loves giving away private information, so she uses Google. They can track her, and they're making millions off our labor. Fuck the tech companies, I hate them all.
Well, thank you so much for listening to our podcast
On-
on Apple,
yes.
Spotify, Google Podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
They made so the kid who Scott Schwartz, the actor who played, it wasn't that funny, played Flick.
Mhm.
Apparently spends a lot of time talking about the famous scene. He often asks for comment. They made a piece of plastic that they slid over the flagpole. It had a little hole in it with suction tube
Whoa.
that went into the snow. You couldn't see it. It was a little motor, like a small vacuum cleaner. And the hole opening in the plastic was about the size of your pinky nail. So when you put your tongue there or finger or whatever, it just stuck.
Neat.
Wow,
magic.
that
So
is
they-
movie
They
magic.
did not harm a child in the creating of this movie.
I've done that before.
The tongue on the cold.
Yeah,
On
or
an
like,
ice cube.
or on an ice cube. Yeah,
Sure.
and like if you're filming something, it wouldn't hurt that bad, right? The thing that would hurt is when you pull. You pull on it.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's just stuck there, it doesn't hurt.
I don't know, man.
Depends
I
how
feel like
cold
you
it is.
lose
That's
a layer
true.
of tongue even in the best of circumstances.
Yeah, teens don't just lick random
Also,
poles.
just don't lick poles in general.
Sure,
Like even if
yeah.
it's not cold,
Even if you know the pole, don't.
it's gross and covered in germs.
Yeah.
So
Especially at a school.
ugh.
Ugh.
Even if someone triple dog dares you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Don't
Yeah,
worry about
just
peer
walk away.
pressure. Just go build a
Quadruple
computer in your
dog
garage.
dare them to have some
and-
compassion.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and to just Google it. I don't understand why those kids just didn't Google it to
I
get
know,
the answer.
right?
Had to
God.
listen to their
Or
dad.
write a letter to Santa.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Those
so-
are the two ways
He's
to
the
find
big
out
man.
information.
The big man. That tongue thing also scared me as a child.
Okay.
And maybe it's because the idea that something could get so cold that it could
Destroy you.
just like hold you in one place and destroy you was completely foreign to me.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Given the
Oh, in
climate I grew up
California.
Right, because you could lick whatever you wanted out there.
Weird. Yeah. Everything was fine to lick.
Yeah.
Just
Mostly fruit trees.
Yeah, okay.
Water barons.
What?
Water barons.
You're licking the water barons?
Yeah. They want all your water.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of that, there was a very important question
Yes.
I asked in the first half,
Okay.
and now I think we're all ready to talk about it.
Yep, I've definitely thought about it.
Our tongues,
Between-
the sleds of mouths.
Wow, I forgot about that. I'm so glad you can actually read your writing.
Yeah.
What is the question again?
Our tongues, the sleds of the mouths.
Okay, let's talk about what a sled is first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a sled is a device
Yes.
that you can sit on
Yes.
to travel from a high point to a low point.
Yes, through the
Yes.
use of gravity.
Yes.
I have an answer to this, but it's gross.
Okay, I have one, but it's boringly pedantic.
Oh. Well, I guess we'll start with gross.
Yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, if your mouth is like the hill,
Yep.
then saliva is the sled. And
Yeah.
your tongue is just the hill on which it slides down.
Yeah,
I
I
think
was
that's
also going
pretty
to say
gross.
the
Okay.
tongue is the hill.
The tongue is the hill.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
saliva is the sled.
So
Or
we're
is-
now.
Okay.
When you're eating,
Yes.
what about
Oh,
when you're
God, this is terrible.
sucking face?
Oh, God, no.
Because now,
No, just stop.
Why are we?
Teens,
All right, well,
Why is
cover your
anything the
ears.
sled of any part of a body? Why are we measuring any part of our body in sled?
okay, I
We're
said
just
it was an
wondering-
important
Tapes.
question.
This came up because we were saying in lots of movies there's a sled accident.
Oh.
and
right.
so is this the sled accident of this movie?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I
Like-
guess. Or is the
Yeah, in which case a kid does something stupid and gets hurt.
and it's
Yeah.
wintertime related?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accepted.
Wow.
Great, let's move on.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
And
Ergo, sled is no tongue is sled of mouth
Yeah. Well,
in wintertime.
RE accidents.
RE wintertime accidents
in movies. Okay, what else?
in movies.
Ooh,
Thanks.
look at that notebook, so full of writing.
Well, before we get to our final
Ratings?
ratings of
Okay.
the movie we just watched, A Christmas Story, we like to read a review of our podcast and the impression of a character from the movie we just watched. We don't have any of those, so we won't do it. Put them in, and we'll do it. But we also
We could have done our impression of Sound Boom Guy.
sound
Are
sound
the
boom.
worst. I'm saying this as someone who loves all the dumb stuff we do. Probably the worst end credits character we've ever created.
I don't even know what his actual name was.
I don't either.
But
That's
somebody
what makes it
was
so bad.
somebody was credited as Sound Boom Guy, right?
Yeah.
Sound boom man. I
Man.
Oh, Sound Boom
yes.
Man, yes.
Yeah. So we decided that he was just a guy that was like, look, do you need somebody to like make a boom sound after like something like a door slams or something? Boom.
think. Got it.
There you
Got
go.
you. Boom.
Boom.
I got you. Boom.
Oh, the lamp fell off the table. Boom.
Oh, Heather addressed her teacher and vice versa. Boom.
Boom to Wallace.
Hey, someone going down the basement stairs. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, hey, Scott getting the shit kicked out of him by a preteen. Boom, 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 boom.
It's
Hear
just
those
sound boom.
mittens, that's the difference.
Oh no. Oh no, the hubcap full of bolts goes into the sky. Boom.
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 Anyway, great
He's
character.
great. We could have read it.
Listen.
Listen,
Boom,
if you disagree with me and you think this is the best character, what do we call them? End credits heroes, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The best end credits hero we have ever introduced on the show. Tweet at us. Boom guy best. Hashtag boom guy best.
Hashtag boom.
Hashtag boom.
Am I going to get a chance to give my MVP? Is
Chances
it too
now.
late for that? Esther Ruth. There's a moment after the tongue on the flagpole incident.
Yep.
The bell rings. All the other kids go in because they don't know what to do.
Yep.
Bell rings. They go inside. Boom. And and the teacher is doing her sternest best to figure out where this kid Flick is. And finally, this girl who plays Esther Ruth is amazing because she's the exact right amount of like sheepish and so giddy to like front row kid, man, 100%. Little Molly Chase just gently kind of points to the window. Oh, so good.
Miss Shields. That's why the Boomdale Waltz was passed, by the way. Because Heather spoke. Or no, Miss Shields thanked Heather for Christmas time treats, and Heather said, whatever, Merry Christmas. Or something.
Nice.
My MVP is the tree monger who sells Christmas trees.
He's very good.
Thank you very much.
He's very good.
A nice tree, a good looking tree here. You want a tree? Oh, you don't like that one? This is a good looking tree. That's a nice tree here.
Hey, I'll tie it to your car for free.
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway, no reviews. Thanks a lot.
No reviews. Thanks a lot. But Discord questions. If you're a Patreon, boom. Go on to Discord, boom, and ask questions.
Oh no!
Yum yum, boom boom.
No.
Bad,
Best thing
Dan.
I've ever heard.
Bad.
I will walk off this podcast.
All right. Tarzan asks, what's your stance on leg lamps as year-round decorations / furniture? I don't like the leg lamp. I don't want it in my house. But I also don't think it's seasonally connected. So if you got a leg lamp, flaunt it year-round.
Yeah, leg lamp to me feels like is Die Hard a Christmas movie of Christmas decorations, where it's like, oh yeah, I put the leg lamp out at Christmas because of this Christmas movie, but yeah, like really, there's nothing on the leg lamp itself that's like screams Christmas holiday.
I mean, fishnets.
I mean, this is inextricably linked to a movie called A Christmas Story.
Okay.
December 1st through December 31st, you take it down.
Question.
Yeah.
Oh.
What if, since we're talking about reusing things more for...
If you redecorate it for St. Patrick's Day, yes.
Wait, what were you going to do for St. Patrick's Day? I was going to say put little spiders in the fishnets for Halloween.
Oh,
there
that's
you
good.
go.
What were you going to do for St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, I was going to change the lantern to green and add a garter belt that's like green with a
Like a shamrock.
on there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Boom.
Boom.
JBN Mippolis says, excuse me, the voice of Gene Shepard, adult Raffi, always fills me with rage, and I don't know why.
Wow.
I get it.
I also get it.
I also get it.
Yeah.
Is it the laughing, the chuckling at their own humor?
I think I didn't enjoy the performance. Sorry.
He's a little overperformed.
Is this where I declare my theory that is the voice of a dead man and he is reflecting on his life, and that's why he can see scenes that Ralphie isn't in?
Yep.
Like his parents enjoying the snowfall at the end of the night after they're asleep?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoa.
Anyway, he's dead.
Wow.
Why are all the kids dead in Christmas movies we watch?
What are you talking about?
Home Alone, he's dead too.
Oh, well, he
Yeah.
dies.
Oh, right, because he falls off the shelf or whatever.
Yeah, crushes him.
What about what other Christmas movies?
Die Hard?
No kids.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
there, Right?
What?
I don't. He has kids, but I don't think we.
It's a Wonderful
see-
Life. Well,
Oh,
kinda dies.
I mean, he dies.
Jojo's alive and well. She grows up to be the mayor, and she dedicates a whole Christmas parade to her old man and his savings and loans.
Savings and
Slowly
loans.
turning into Bane.
Shavings and
Very Christmas movie.
Harley Quinn was a 90s character.
I was born in the snow.
What time is it?
It's gotta be
11:21.
Close.
Daylight savings just
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Oh,
I'll
that's
blame
true.
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
boo.
that is why we are very tired.
All right. JB Biplis has a question.
Ooh.
Have you ever received gifts that almost immediately caused you to be physically harmed?
Whoa.
Wow.
Great prompt.
Great prompt.
Well, kind of.
Great.
I received when I was about 5 years old this thing that I desperately wanted. I can still picture it. It was a racetrack, and you had a green car and a yellow car.
Mm-hmm.
And you hit a button, and the two ramps would come up, and the cars would start at an incline and zip around the track.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
And I wanted it so badly for so long. And I got it on Christmas morning. It was like one of those things where my parents were like, "Oh, look, honey, there's one more gift."
Yeah.
You
Just
know?
like Dad
Just
did.
like
Just like
Dad
me.
did. Yes. And it was like, it would have been a whole lot of socks and underwear up to that point. I was extremely excited. And much like every other toy or game that I experienced as a child, the reality of it wasn't just wasn't as good as it had seemed on TV. And at one point I raged and my fist hit it and it hurt my hands. But it made my sister laugh so hard that she wanted to get a picture with her new Polaroid camera. So she made me reenact it and she got a picture.
Great.
Also, I had a terrible Dutch boy haircut.
Oh,
Anyway,
I'd
neither
love to
here nor
see
there.
that.
Yeah, does that Polaroid still exist?
You know, sadly, I think almost all the pictures from my childhood are gone. Yeah.
Rough.
But I can, in
Lost
my
in the
mind's
snow of
eye,
Siberia.
I mean, as soon as we have the ability, yeah, right. As soon as we have the ability to like pull memories out of our brain,
Yeah.
like
oh,
on
like
how.
that bean in Black Mirror.
No, I was thinking
Wow,
more
Black Mirror.
like, the Hogwarts one, Harry Potter.
Oh,
Like a
with
pensive.
Dumbledore.
Dude, like
Pensive.
the silver snot.
Yeah.
Yeah, brain's not.
Yeah, as soon as I can do that, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh,
I mean,
got
keep
it.
using Google, right?
Yep.
They'll
You're
do
still in
it.
your brain.
Yeah.
Get your brain, whatever.
The old
Put it in a
meta.
little box.
Get the new meta.
Or like
metaverse.
the Riddler box. Remember from that Batman movie we watched?
Oh, yeah.
Check it out. TotesRecall.com several years ago.
Blog.
Slash several years ago.
The
Slash.
Batman a while ago.
Batman Forever.
Which
Boom.
Batman is that, Beth?
I just said
Okay.
it. I just said it.
And I was definitely listening. The Riddler had Two-Face in it also. Batman and Robin.
No, incorrect.
Batman Forever?
Yes, as is tradition. 11:20 something.
I'll never
Mark it down.
remember.
Carzon asks, why are the dreamlike "You'll Shoot Your Eye Out" jingle/songs so amazing and memorable? I do appreciate the through line
Me too.
of "You'll Shoot Your Eye Out." Also, that was one where not only did I give it a "that's pretty good," I also chuckled when his teacher returns his theme to him, which is like an essay, I'm told.
They
She
don't
gives
have
him
them
a
in California.
C+ and writes "P.S. You'll shoot your eye out."
Yeah,
which I
that's
think is a
pretty good.
very funny thing to put on a paper. I don't remember jingles or songs.
Well, at the when he hallucinates witch jester,
You'll put your eye out.
Oh, sure.
and then when he actually hits his shoots his eye out, he remembers the
What
girl.
actually happens there? Is that the kickback from the rifle?
Yeah,
so.
Just
kick
jams
back from
him?
the rifle.
Okay.
Hits his just under his
Cheek.
glasses,
Okay.
his cheek. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the old man didn't teach him how to properly hold the rifle. He just asked, "Do you know how to load it?" Kid said, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, have fun."
Yeah.
Go out in the
irresponsible.
backyard, just shoot whatever you want, but not animals.
Not animals.
I don't know. I like that. I really like that his dad was like, "Sure, kid."
I mean,
you know?
it felt very true to the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
That like you're probably gonna get hurt as a kid.
and his attitude of like, "I had one when I was 8." And
Yeah.
just like, that's good enough.
Yep.
Yeah, that was he was really rooting for him. He's like really in there with it.
Yeah.
You know, when he's pouring out things like, "Oh, careful, they scatter."
Great dad energy throughout.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and especially considering this kid dropped a whole hubcap full of bolts that were required for changing a tire, and he was still like, "Well, yeah, you got it." Oh, that's pretty good.
Good dad.
Yeah. Well, should we sidebar about good dad?
Yep.
We didn't really talk about it. We bet.
Are there more questions?
Yes.
Oh,
That's why it's a sidebar.
okay.
Okay.
Should we put time on the clock?
Sure. Ready? Go. Time.
Boom.
We bet. Boom. We bet these things about the dad. There would be an uncomfortable sweater. He would tightly grip a mug in sort of rage or worry, and he would be in insurance or sales. I don't know if any of those are true.
No, he loosely grabbed a knife to cut a turkey.
Incredible knife.
It was so loose.
Yeah, he was almost like a cartoon wolf trying to come in and get dinner at that point. I liked this dad. I liked him a lot. He had very good dad energy, but sort of not in all the areas you would expect.
Yeah.
He does mumble and swear a lot,
Yes.
Yes.
which is great. Classic dad, fighting with the furnace, etc. He's always reading the paper.
Yes.
Great dad. And he gets weirdly obsessed with things, which I was appreciating and then also worrying that, like, because I do that a little bit, not to the degree of this dad, but I'm like worried how much that is a dad thing where they're replacing dealing with their own emotions and thoughts by getting in too deep on house chores and minutia of details, housework details. And so I was like entertained and also like sad for men.
I had a similar thought as I was watching this. I was like, this movie is so relatable for so many people that like that's what dads are. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so like sitting around and being frustrated by the furnace or like what was the thing that he did?
Opening presents?
Oh, he's like hung over when they're opening up gifts.
yeah.
Oh, Day of Christmas Dad was the best dad. He was so not like in any way engaged with anything that was happening. Was so like he just needed it to stop.
Yeah, he like just pretends to be happy when he opens up. I mean, he gets something that he likes, but he just like pretends to be happy, and then as soon as nobody's looking, he's like
falls.
just like, okay, I'm going back to sleep and not paying attention to anything.
He has that amazing moment where Ralphie's in his aunt's ridiculous pink bunny suit. And he's just like, he's clearly horrified, like internally as a father. He's just like, oh my God, why is my sister-in-law putting my boy through this? And I just love, it was just like very classic dad energy though, of like never really willing to engage too much, where he's just like, do you want to take it off? And Ralphie nods. And then he says to his wife, tell him he can take it off. Like, why do you have to delegate that?
Well,
even?
because to be fair though, she is the one that wanted him to put it on. That was so important to her.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right?
So I guess maybe that is a form of like 1940s progressivism, where he's just like, oh, this is what you wanted.
Yeah.
So I'm going to encourage you to let him stop.
Yeah, please shift gears. And I don't know. I think I kind of interpreted too. Like I know my parents were always a wreck on Christmas morning. I mean, we weren't drunk, but they were always a wreck because half of it is they stayed up half the night assembling all this stuff and wrapping presents and like getting ready for the next day. So I kind of assumed that was part of it.
For sure.
Also, they were definitely having morning wine,
hell
which I
yeah,
really
they were.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what did he say? He's like, this wine's pretty good. Or it's like, this wine's not bad. It's not very good.
Yeah.
No, I thought for the most part, like he played a pretty compassionate, like good dad, which was fun. It was like, I was actually sort of relieved to see like a nice dad, because I feel like a lot of times it's like the dad is who they, you fear or whatever. And just, I like these parents.
Yeah, I like how a lot of Ralphie's fear of his parents was not, it was more just founded on his own childhood anxiety and not like their actual behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where he expects the worst.
Yeah.
And so does his brother. Like he thinks that Ralphie's going to be murdered.
He's like hiding in the cupboard.
Yeah. I mean, and when
Dad's going to kill Ralphie.
And when Ralphie like hits his low point where he's been thinking his teacher's going to be his savior for this larger quest to get his gun, and that falls apart, and he's on the way home from school, like some other stuff has happened. Oh, I guess his friend got his, whatever. He's had a tough day.
Yeah.
And then the bully shows up and he just loses it.
Yeah.
Just absolutely loses it and pummels the bully, and his mom comes along. And it's just such a great moment of him just being like emotionally raw and honest with his mom, and his mom recognizing that. Mm-hmm. It was like, I was genuinely moved in a way that I don't think I've been moved by this before.
Then she just left that unhoused child to bleed out in the junkyard.
That was also the moment of the movie where Molly looked over and I thought we shared a knowing glance as parents, feeling very compassionate for this crying child. And then Molly was just said she was checking in to see if everybody was having a good time or if they hated the movie.
So that was your chance to win Dan over with this movie. I'm just like, yes, look how relatable. We're bonding over this.
Look at this crying child that needs comfort.
Yeah.
Our children cry sometimes too, right?
What do you think of the movie,
No.
Wailing on some
Yeah.
poor junkyard kid,
Going
right?
to town.
I assume both of your children have like nearly killed a junkyard bully at this point.
Absolutely, yeah. I make him walk through the junkyard every day, fight some raccoon skinned hatted bully who's like 10 years older than him.
Right.
Who just laughs. His laugh is insane. That's
Yes.
what makes me think he actually is maybe just a dog, and they like in their imagination they've turned him into a human to make sense, because he's just like ha 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 ha.
So you think Ralphie beat the shit out of a dog?
Yeah.
Oh, one of the Bumpus hounds.
Maybe one of the Bumpus hounds.
No. They wouldn't show some dogs as dogs and some dogs as not dogs.
Well, it's Ralphie's version of reality, though.
Well, I think that kid is
Remember in
real.
the Sandlot where the dog is a huge dog?
I didn't see that.
Okay.
Well, okay, we got 2 more disco.
All right.
Yeah.
Boom.
Do this.
Lady Grimm says, that movie is a series of interconnected sketches more than a coherent narrative, in my opinion.
That's not a question.
To be fair to Lady Grimm, I asked for Q's or C's.
Oh, that is
okay.
a
Great
C.
C.
That's a C.
Good C.
Great C. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, it's a lot of like vignettes that are just sort of interconnected by like, it's Christmas time and I am a child.
And I want to
Yeah.
go.
My world is very small.
It literally has transition scenes where they're running back and forth
Right.
between school, and it's like in like
That was hard for me too.
sped up. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan
Are
can't
you
handle
able
anything.
to watch like music videos?
Black holes, huh?
I
Won't you come?
I have not watched a music video in years.
I would be so curious to see if that similarly exhausts you.
I mean, those are at least short. I'll check it out.
Yeah, because I
Post
feel
your
like
music videos to Discord.
Yes.
And I'll watch.
Yes.
I'll watch them all. And I'll tell you. I'll give you a rating of how exhausted I am.
Yes, I love this so much. Oh, real quick, speaking of those sped up moments, I felt one of the most nostalgic moments for me was what's his little brother's name? Randy. When Randy was like desperately chasing after Ralphie and his friends. That was very real because that was definitely me when I was a kid because there was nobody my age in the neighborhood. So I just pal around with my brother and his friends. And my brother was very nice to let me tag along, even though his friends clearly wanted to be jerks to me because they were slightly older and American culture destroys men at a young age.
Yep.
But my brother was very kind. So thanks, brother.
That's so sweet. And you know, the Ralph in his snowsuit reminded me of a story my friend had about her dad was one of 3 kids, and they lived in an apartment. It was like in the 40s, and they lived in an apartment. And one of his mom's technique for getting the kids ready for school or to go out, was to get them in their snowsuits one by one. But which she really had to wrestle with, right? But because if she just left them in the living room, they would just start sweating. She would set them out on the fire escape one by one as she got them ready, starting with the oldest to the youngest, and then get them out of the house. I was like, that is terrifying and brilliant.
Yeah.
Oof,
So.
it's hard getting out the door with a
Poor
kid.
Randy. Yeah. Thank
Right,
you.
Mommy?
Innovations. And are you trying to make eye contact with me? Because I'm just looking at Beth to see if she's enjoying the podcast.
All right, last one. Benvis. I'm guessing it's too late. It's not. We're still recording. But
Ben, you made it. Ben, you made it.
any fun stories about the first time you cussed in front of your parents?
Ooh.
No, but I was thinking about the first time that I heard the F word.
Have you ever cussed in front of your parents?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, wow.
But I think I did it like as an adult.
Yeah.
Like on this podcast.
Although I do remember standing in the kitchen and okay, I'll tell that story after this story.
Yes.
So
Wow, too sorry.
in first grade, I had head lice,
Oh,
and
rough.
I was like, I woke up that morning and I was like, Mom, my head itches, and my mom like parted my hair and she just went, fuck. And I was like, what? And then I forgot the word. And then I knew that the middle finger meant fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, I could not remember what the word was. And I remember one day being in the kitchen, being like, Mom, I remembered what the word was. And I just held up both middle fingers and went, fuck, 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 fuck.
And you were 25 when that
I
happened?
was,
or-
yeah, probably. This was yesterday. No, I was probably like, I don't know, 6,
Yeah.
7?
Amazing.
That's very
Amazing.
funny.
Yeah.
It's gotta be hard to keep
Didn't
a
you
straight face.
You had a second story, right?
That was
That was
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
It was just an
Sorry.
incredible transition.
Wow, great.
a very good storyteller.
No need for
I was
an
insulted
iris
earlier.
blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you write that down? Before
No
you told
need,
it?
no,
Wow.
because
Yeah, that would be
when you
trash. if
when you
did.
write down
I don't
stories, it
recall
becomes
ever.
terrible.
I don't recall ever like. I don't recall like deliberately. I don't know, or like cursing in front of my parents in such a way where I was just like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Like there was definitely a like, as we all got older. I think there's an Onion article about this, which is so true. Where it's just like you just sort of test the waters with like milder profanity as you become like a young adult with your
Oh,
parents.
darn it.
And then like there was a certain point where my mom started cursing openly at a certain age, and then it was like all bets are off. It's like mom swears now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember a first time, but I remember in high school sometime, my mom and I really bonded over swearing in the car, just like screaming fuck and being like, it's pretty good just to like do
Like
that,
for
right?
specific, like as a reaction to
just
something?
as
or-
like a almost like scream therapy
Yeah.
while we were driving.
Great.
That was pretty good.
How old are you?
Like 17 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember a specific moment. I do remember I cursed like an incredible blue streak in high school. And I guess I would just switch in and out of that around my parents. I don't know if they heard me until I was much older, but we all had just filthy, terrible mouths and strung together words that I would honestly be a little embarrassed to today. But your story, Dan, reminded me, I was going through a particularly stressful period of my life, and my husband was driving, and it was freezing cold outside, and we were talking about just like how bad it was and how bad I felt and how frustrated I was, and we happened to be driving through St. Paul, and so we're just driving down the street, and he rolls down the window and calls out like and just yells, "Bite our butt, St. Paul!" And so the two of us, like, we're driving across the bridge. We've got the windows down. We're freezing and screaming, "Bite our butt, St. Paul!" And it was like the most therapeutic.
That's what it's there for.
Highly recommend
St.
it.
Paul?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I definitely was so casually profane as a teenager that, like, I remember when I was a senior in high school, some friends and I visited another friend of ours who just graduated, and she was at some college. I can't remember which one, but it's like a Christian college. And we just like went to visit her dorms, and we're just like hanging out and talking to her with her roommates. And then like, yeah, she said after, she's like, yeah, my roommates were like, who's the guy who swears all the time? I'm like, yeah, I forget that I know most people don't talk like this.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, patrons, for all
Thank
those
you.
Q's and C's.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Great
Great.
Q's, great C's.
Great C's all around. Now it's time
Okay.
for our ratings of the movie we just watched.
Hold
The
it
Brad
together.
We can do
We're
this.
so close.
The rating scale, as we all remember, is
11:40.
dad mug holds, which
Yes.
are 1 through 5. The number of different styles of dad mug holding to unlock in your dad simulator game.
Yeah.
Yep.
1 to 5. Yep.
Wait, do we need to trademark Dad Simulator as a video game concept?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trademark cover.
Totes Recall
mailing
presents
ourselves. Yep.
Dad Gamer Simulator.
Yeah,
game.
that's how you win your Hanks, right? Your Hanks Awards.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
The Netiverse.
Yep. Dadiverse.
Dan, you go first, as we all know. You gave it a 3. You had no nostalgia, which I write nostalgia as. Nailed it.
Wow.
Wow.
And but also it's beloved. So 3.
Yeah, I continue to not have nostalgia for it. It continues to sort of, it's one of those movies where like it definitely continues to baffle me a little bit, like how it's so like entrenched into people's brains, because like it really is, I don't know, like it's not, it just sort of happens, right? Like it is just like a series of charming vignettes, but like, is it a charming enough for me to be like, yes, I love this, I want to watch this every year. Oh, good, it's on TV 400 times in a row. Probably not, but I did enjoy it. I think it's a cute movie. So I will bump it up to 3.5.
Wow.
Dad mug holds.
Good direction.
All right. Beth.
Oh, my half is the mug is fine, but the hand is just like a blocky cube, like a PS1 game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Render. Okay, Beth, you gave it 3.5. You thought it'd be okay, but maybe better than okay.
Yes. I think I agree with my earlier self. I think that the movie is, like Dan said, cute. There's some cute moments. My favorite part was the end, not because it was over, but I did really like when the parents are like looking at the beautiful snow and there's like carolers on the, like, to me that made me feel not nostalgic for the movie, but just for like Christmas as a kid and just Christmas in general. I have positive feelings around Christmas. I know not everybody does, but I do. And so I'm going to give it 3.5.
Wow.
Dad Muggles.
Dead Muggles.
I
thought you said dead Muggles.
Yeah, me too.
I heard dead munkles. I'm like, what is a munkle?
It is a monkey's uncle based upon Wizard of Oz.
Because Mickey Mouse won the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I gave it 3 because I had no nostalgia attached to it, and I wasn't excited, but I wanted to like it. I still did want to like it, but I didn't really. I found it tiring and a little boring, but there were parts that charmed. Oh, I don't know. It's fine. I'll give it a 3.
Great.
Stick with it.
Before Molly says her rating, I would just like to point out to the listener that in the telling of the 3 of our ratings, there has been a palpable gaze coming from Molly's chair.
Yeah.
Just laser focused to see how we were going to rate this movie.
I will admit, I wish that y'all had enjoyed it more, but I understand. I totally understand. This viewing for me was really interesting.
Do you want to know what you gave it?
Oh, I know. I gave it a 4.5. And why? I think I probably said because I'm going to love it and I'm trying to lift up everybody else's rating.
I believe
You
that's
did
what
say
said, yes.
buoy.
Yes.
You got a
buoy.
yes, and you have a lot of nostalgia.
And I
Boom.
did not do a
Boom.
very good job of buoying. But I really, what?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
boy.
Used to be the South buoy guy.
Yeah.
Buoy.
Buoy.
It's 11:45, which is really
You need a
12:45.
buoy? Oh, you catch a lobster? I'll give you a buoy.
Hey, buoy. Oh, you swimming out too far? Buoy.
Please let Molly just finish this.
We're so close. No, I would say upon new viewing with older eyes, I think I really appreciated more the parenting aspects of it and the nuance of the family relationships. And I don't know, like it's still one of my favorite scenes where the teacher gives him so many A+ that she runs out of blackboard
Great
space.
scene.
Yeah.
Like, because I know I had dreams like that. Things would happen like, oh, what I'm doing is so good. And it may not work out that way. So I still deduct a half point or a half muggle. Whatever. What was the mughold? Sorry, Dad Mughold. I still deduct a half because it is hard to watch. It's really hard to watch that Chinese restaurant scene in particular. But wow, I enjoyed this movie. And if you enjoy this movie, you're not alone. Like, it's one of the most popular holiday movies out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel like maybe
Well, no, I just feel a little alone, so I'm lashing out.
we all gave it a positive rating.
Just barely, though. And if I weren't here, you'd be dogging it.
No.
No.
Why? What? Hold on. Do you think that I rate these movies based on your opinion of them?
No, but I have been staring at each of you as you're
I
giving
could
your rating.
I
feel
mean,
it.
did I think that maybe you would hurt me if I didn't say above a 3?
Do we all
Yes.
feel like Randy under the sink worried you're going to
no.
murder us? Yes, of course.
Of course we did. We always do.
Yeah, we're just under there chugging milk and worried you're going to come murder our family.
Yeah, there's a lot of milk in this movie.
How the hell did Randy not choke on his food when his mom made him eat like a pig?
I don't know
That was also a nightmare scene.
that it was a nightmare scene. That's disgusting.
That also
scene is
went on for
gross.
a long time.
Yes.
Like, there was a lot of Randy snorting and snuffling.
I will just say, though, watching it this time, I'm like, oh, man, that actress looks like she's having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
And, they look like they're having so much fun. Even those fantasy scenes where they got to be so over the top.
Yeah.
I think they had fun.
I think they did too.
Yeah.
Even Scut.
Even Scott.
Come here.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, you want to end the podcast? Boom.
Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan DeQuette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. New episodes of Totes Recall drop on the 15th of every month. For more information and bonus content, visit us at totesrecall.com. Thank you so much for listening.